I'm really worried this is going to fall off. Okay, we're on live on the Off the Cuff show. I'm here with my good friend Lizzy. So good to have you here. I'm actually boiling. I haven't done this show for like I haven't done this show in like 2-3 weeks. I've been away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to have you. How are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you for having me. We're excited to be here.
So what are you doing at the moment? I feel like I haven't seen you. Or are you working at the moment?
Yeah, working at the moment. So I started a new job maybe. So it's basically obviously because we're going travelling again at some point. So I was looking for like contract jobs in what I did before, which was like internal comms.
Okay.
So managed to find one. It's a 3-month contract in London, obviously. It's for like a SaaS, like a tech company.
Right.
Yeah.
So where did you go travelling before?
South America.
And how many countries did you go whilst you were there? Where did you start?
We started in Brazil, then Argentina, then Chile, Bolivia, Peru, Colombia. 6.
Right, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Which one was your favourite?
Right, can I pick 2?
Yeah, go for it.
Colombia and Argentina.
Okay, why those 2?
Colombia for the food. Argentina for the food.
It's like a lot of steaks and stuff,
Oh
isn't it?
my,
Yeah.
it's insane. The wine's insane.
Okay.
Like, if you're like me, if you're like a vegan, like maybe not, but like the food.
You're not vegan.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying like the rest, like vegans can still obviously love it, but like the food is just so good. And then Colombia, just because it's just such a diverse country in terms of like you've got city, you've got like party scene, you've got beaches, you've got jungle,
Countryside.
It's got everything.
Right.
And the people are so nice. And for me, like I've never been to the Caribbean or anything, but it has such a Caribbean influence, like at the north of the country especially, like with the food, and it's the Caribbean Sea. I've never been to the Caribbean Sea before.
So, can you speak like Spanish now?
Un poco. Trying.
What does that mean?
Like
a
little bit.
Right, yeah, because that's I think one of the main reasons why I'd want to go travelling, so you can like learn another language.
But that's why I think South America's so good, because obviously in Brazil they speak Portuguese, but 9 times out of 10 everyone else is speaking Spanish, so you can. It's a good if you're going for a few months.
You can probably pick
you've
it
got
up.
no excuse, but
you can pick it up pretty quick. Yeah.
Whereas if you're going to Asia, there's like there's so many more dialects and languages.
Like Korean. So actually, so where are you going in Asia?
So
how long for?
We don't actually know how long for this leg, because obviously for our last leg we had to come home for a wedding, so I was made on for my friend's wedding.
Okay.
Whereas this time around we don't have, although we do have a waiting ticket, so actually we should really...
Oh, you actually got a waiting
ticket?
ticket?
We did get, yeah.
How much does that cost?
150 each.
That's not that bad.
No, it's Manchester, so it's like a day festival.
Oh, that'll be cool. Is that, when is that?
19th of July.
Okay, so is that Heaton Park?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be sick.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I saw so many people like queuing up for hours and days.
Well, we did. So I mean, my laptop crashed. It wasn't actually me. It was our friend, Molly's boyfriend. He got through.
Okay.
And offered me and Harry to go too.
How many of you are going? So just you 4.
Well, because you can only get 4 tickets per person.
Oh.
So yeah.
Wow.
We know other friends go to Wembley, but.
Okay, yeah, I know a few people going, but I like it. To be honest, they're one of my favourite bands. But I'm not like, oh my god, I'm gonna. You know what I mean? I was just a bit like.
I was fully invested.
Yeah. Okay, that'll be cool. That'll be cool. So yeah, when you get I didn't ask you a question properly. So when you get to Asia, where are you going? Like what kind of part of Asia?
So we want to start in India.
Okay.
And then spend a good chunk there, and then.
Are you going like New Delhi?
Yeah, to be honest, I haven't researched into it enough yet, but I know that we just want to.
And this is
do
booked?
the whole. No, not yet.
Oh, okay, right.
But we want to do like India. Obviously in Nepal, but Nepal's above it. But then we also want to do Sri Lanka, which is like right up the south. Trying to work out the best place to start. And do you know what I mean?
India's so big as well, because
Huge.
you've got like Pakistan next to it, Sri Lanka, all of these countries, Bangladesh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just in South Asia.
No, and then after them 3, we'll be going into like Southeast Asia, the classic.
Like Thailand, Cambodia, all of those countries. You know what's funny? My cousin, she moved to Australia. She's been living there for like a year and a half in Sydney. And I think at Christmas, because like their winter is like our summer, and she was saying how at Christmas they went and done all these sort of Asian countries near Australia, so like, you know, like the Philippines and Cambodia, all of those. She said it would be like amazing.
Yeah. I mean, we have like a set budget, so it's sort of like how far can we get with our money for that time. But
you need to stop gambling, then you could go in more.
I don't know. That's one advice I don't have. So I'm not gonna start a new.
You know what's funny? So I do this every year. So these are so addictive.
I know, they're really nice.
I think my mum gets them from like, they're Lidl or Aldi.
Yeah, they're very good.
Right, so every year, well I've done this the last 3 years. So When my car insurance is always due in September. That's when I bought my car, like years ago.
What do you mean your car insurance is due?
So
I don't drive, so I don't know.
Okay, so you always have to renew your car insurance after 12 months.
Right, okay.
And it will like that your insurance company, say it's the Churchill or whatever, they'll offer you a renewal price. And usually it gets cheaper every year. But even if it is cheaper, you should always look somewhere else because you can always find a better price at a different company.
Yeah.
So my insurance always goes down. So for the last few years, I always save, I don't know, more than it should be.
Yeah.
So like 3 years ago, my car insurance was down to like, I think £500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
It is good. And it was like £500 because I think a year previously it was like, I don't know, £550 or something.
Yeah.
But I had saved like £750, £800, so I had like £300 spare. So I was like, oh well, if I lose this money, if I spend it on whatever I want, treat myself to something, it doesn't really matter because I would budgeted for that to be gone anyway on the insurance. So I was like, okay. So I put some bets on. I probably put on about £250 worth of bets.
Yeah.
I won like, I don't know, £500, £600 like profit, and I was just like, oh cool. But I didn't do anything with the money. I actually didn't treat myself. I was just like, I'll just save it for next year so I can pay off my insurance even more next year.
Yeah.
But last year, my insurance was. It actually went up a bit last year because of like cost of living. So it was still under budget. So it was 500 last year, but I had saved like 800, so I had £300 spare.
Yeah.
I won like 2 or 3 bets, made about a £600 profit. I made like a £600 profit, and then I was like, oh well, now I can go on holiday. So I went to Rome and basically went there for free. Didn't cost me anything. Like all the spending money was from that, and I was just like, yeah, so I need to get one more thingy.
That's alright.
Yeah, and it was great, and I was just like, I did that again this year, and me and Ben we literally just got back, so we went to Ibiza. We was already going to Ibiza with all my friends. Oh, it's so good. You've been to Ibiza before, haven't you? Oh, you'd love it.
I'm worried. I don't know if I would, you know.
Well, you would. I was worried about I wouldn't like it.
Was this your first time?
No, we went last year. But I was worried because out of all my friends, like, I go out the least, I drink the least.
Yeah.
Like, and I know that I would love it because I do enjoy raving and like house music obviously, but I was just worried I wouldn't be able to keep up with everyone else.
Yeah.
But
you did.
I did.
Yeah, when you're there and you're in the
and it was great.
Yeah.
No, but I was the only one. Even on both trips, I was never like, oh, I feel terrible or I feel hungover or whatever. Like, I never left early. Like I never felt sick. I was never sick, and I was just like, oh, it was so great. But I went to Ibiza, came back for a few days, and then me and Ben went to Milan. Just me and Ben. And then we went from Milan to Prague. We only got back on like Tuesday. It was really good, really good. Two good cities.
Yeah, I've been to Prague. I've been to Milan.
What did you think of Prague?
I liked it, but
when did you go? Like what time?
I went with the girls when we was like maybe like 19.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
It was good, but I feel like I'd probably do it a bit differently now because obviously I don't go like clubbing as much these days. So we was like, did you go to that huge club? It's like the biggest club in.
We didn't really go clubbing, to be honest.
So they've got a really famous club there, and it's sort of like, is it 9 floors or something like that?
Oh wow,
it was really good fun. But like, it's probably the same when you went, but it is like stag do central in it. So we ended up
but
every night we just like joined a different stag do. And, like, had fun with it. Like that sounds wrong, but like we just like hang out with them because it's just like you just meet them all the time. But I like Prague.
Yeah, Prague was I liked it. I really liked it. Milan was nice, but not as good as Rome.
Not never to Rome either.
Oh, you'd love Rome.
I don't know if I would, you know.
No,
I'm a south of Italy girl. I like Naples.
Oh, I've never been to Naples. I do want to go there though.
Do you know what though? Some people, like most people I know have been and loved it. Other people are like, oh, it's like
a dump sort of.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. But I love it.
Oh yeah, I do want to go. But Rome was amazing, and I went there by myself, obviously. And I just had such a great time, and it's such an easy city to get around. Very walkable, kind of like Prague. You can just walk everywhere, but you can get the tube everywhere, and it's just so quick and easy. If you like, they have it like how we have it in London. You can just tap sort of thing, and it was great. And where I was staying, my hotel was literally a 10-minute walk from the Colosseum, so I was sort of basically right in the middle of the city.
Nice.
Great food, met loads of people out there. It was good.
Expensive, I bet.
No, it wasn't too bad. I mean, it was for flights and hotels. It wasn't the cheapest because I had booked it only 3 weeks before I was meant to go. But whereas if I had booked it months and months in advance, it would have been very cheap, sort of thing. So yeah, it didn't cost me much money.
But when you were there, was it like?
Yeah, it was good.
Food,
food. Oh yeah, food everywhere in Italy. It's just lovely. Yeah.
Expensive or?
Nah, because the Italian food is pasta and pizza, so it's not expensive. It's just bread and it's bread and carbs sort of thing. So, but it was great. Would definitely recommend. I'm surprised you haven't been.
No.
Well, you've been everywhere.
Yeah, but there's still places in Europe that I haven't been.
Nowhere.
I'd love to go. I really want to do like called? Slovenia.
Slovenia?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Absolutely beautiful. It just looks so beautiful.
Okay.
It's kind of like, I've never been to like Croatia.
Excuse
It's
me.
alright. Just
I got some. keep talking.
like, I want to do like the Baltics.
I'm listening. Oh my god. I went down the wrong hole. Oh. Sorry, you want to go to the Baltics? Okay.
Yeah. Like, I just want to see more of like Southern Europe.
What countries are the Baltics, Ian?
I actually don't know. I think it's like Serbia, like
No, you mean
Bosnia.
that's the Balkans.
Oh, Balkans,
Yeah,
that's
the
it.
Baltics are like
Estonia
the cold
and-
countries.
Yeah, I've been to a lot of the Baltics already, the Balkans. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, like Serbia, Albania,
Yeah,
Croatia.
Albania, I really want to go Albania.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, big time. And Romania I've never been to, so I want to do a lot more of those.
Okay, yeah,
those
that would be kind of interesting. I mean, Greece is technically the Balkans, but that's like the only Balkan country I've been
Yeah,
to.
yeah.
But yeah, like those kind of countries, that's Croatia, Serbia. What other ones are in the Balkans? All of those. I know what you mean. Yeah. They do. Does look like an interesting place.
Croatia I'd love to go to. Apparently it's not actually, it hasn't got to be as expensive, because I know it's quite known to be quite expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite touristy now.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
but apparently you can do it. Like there are certain places which aren't as.
Yeah, because you get a lot of Brits. Like, they do a lot of festivals there now
Yeah.
as well, don't they?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
do they do hospitality there or something like that? There's like one of those festivals.
Yeah, that was in Albania, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Hospitality was in Beckenham, wasn't it? Last year.
Yeah, I
Or
think
year
it was there
before.
this year or
Really
something like that.
random.
Yeah, it's so strange. They do loads of festivals in like Peckham, like Crystal Palace
Yeah.
and Beckenham these days. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
I've never been to one though.
Neither have I. They've done wireless at Crystal Palace like so many times, but I've never been.
Yeah, because
I mean, Drake was there a few years
Yeah, I
ago.
was gonna say, and I remember because Rihanna was in a barber shop, weren't she, in Crystal Palace? She was
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Sorry.
That was so funny.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, the place I really want to go, I want to go to America. That's where I want
Where
to go.
though?
There's a few places that I really want to go to.
Yeah.
So I'll do it. I've got like a top 4. Number 4 would be, I know it's not as nice as it used to be. Some places in California, like LA and all those kind of places. I think that's 4th. 3rd, I'd love to go to, say, Miami.
Yeah.
Like in Florida in general. Number 3, I'd love to go to. I feel like I'm something else. Well, anyway, the next one I want to go to, I'd like to go to Texas.
Yeah, me too.
Probably like Austin.
Love
Yeah.
Austin.
And they say they have the best Mexican food. They've got like so many Mexicans that live there and stuff. And they basically invented barbecue, so apparently they've got the best barbecue as well.
Right.
I want to go there.
You like Texas barbecue? It makes sense.
Tex-Mex.
Yeah, okay.
And then number 1, I'd love to go to Vegas.
Oh, I've never been to Vegas.
Oh my god, that is
But you're a
like.
gambler. So
It's not just gambling, but they have fights and stuff there,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
UFC. So I'd like to go there massively.
I'd like to go to Nashville. Apparently Nashville's
Yeah,
massive.
yeah. Apparently it's really, really good.
And New Orleans apparently is an absolute vibe. Becca goes from time to
Yeah,
time. Parties in New Orleans are crazy.
Yeah, I met a few Americans like the last week or so, and they were like, yeah, New Orleans and a few other places. But yeah, I'd like to go there. I would like to go to New York, but I feel like it's quite similar to London, so I'm not that bothered about going. Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. The only reason I want to go to New York is because I feel like I'd rather go to New York like with the girls rather than with my boyfriend because
Oh, really?
I'll tell you why. Whenever I think about New York, it always reminds me of Sex and the City, the program.
Okay.
And there's just so many like iconic
Alright.
things about it that I'd want to be like with my girlfriends going for dinners. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, I would love to go to Paris as well, but
I look at New York as like kind of like a romantic kind of place, kind of thing. Whereas like I would want to go, but I'd be more bothered about going to the. I think because it does seem quite similar to London. I'm just a bit like I'm not that bothered. Do you know what I mean? But I would like to see it, 100%.
I get that. What country would you not want to go to?
Oh, I think there's a lot of countries I wouldn't want to go to. I'm not. Okay, I don't get the hype about like UAE, Dubai. I wouldn't really, unless I was going for sports or something.
Yeah,
but I don't get like it. Just looks really expensive, really hot. Like not really much soul. I'm not bothered.
Agreed.
I'm not bothered about that. I'm not gonna lie and say I do see the appeal and why a lot of people do want to go. But it's very. I feel like unless you've got loads and loads of money as well, I don't feel like it's worth it. Do you know what I
Yeah, I know
mean?
what you mean.
What about you? Where would you normally go?
There's nowhere that I wouldn't want to go, but like I'd be like you, like I've never quite gotten the appeal of Dubai. And to be fair, not until recently, I was never bothered about going to America.
Oh really?
But,
You've been there before though, right?
No, I've never been to America.
Oh, I thought you had.
No, so this trip is the furthest west I've ever gone, like past Portugal. I've never gone to any kind of America.
You've been to Russia though, like that's really far.
Yeah, but that's like
I guess it's more
each, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
haven't ever been to that side of the world.
Okay,
but,
fine. You know when you went to Russia, did you go to like any of the Caucasus?
Yes.
Oh,
I did
what-
Azerbaijan, Georgia, and Armenia.
Oh wow, did you go to any of the Caucasus like regions of Russia though?
No.
Like Chechnya or Dagestan?
No, so we were told pretty strongly to avoid them.
To avoid them, yeah.
But I think we probably could.
You probably could, because I've watched
I don't know much about them, to be honest. So
I've watched a lot of videos about it, and it just looks so interesting. I really want to go.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even know those kind of places existed until I found out. From watching UFC, just like know that guy Habib.
Yeah.
He's from Dagestan.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And then you find about all of these other guys that are from Dagestan and Chechnya, and I'm just like,
they're
wow.
like brought up fighting, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're like very, very traditional kind of thing, and I'm just like, oh wow, it's very interesting to me.
Yeah.
I would like to visit there to see what it's like.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned Armenia. There's this girl that I work with. She's Armenian.
Yeah.
And she like goes there quite a bit.
Oh, it's amazing.
It just beautiful. Yeah. Oh, you really like it?
Oh, I loved it.
So you went to what's the capital again?
Yerevan.
Yeah. What did you think of Georgia as well?
I love Georgia. Georgia's my favourite.
Was that Tbilisi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tbilisi, yeah. Oh, it was amazing.
How was that?
People are amazing. Food is incredible. The wine, Georgian wine.
But they like them
who
and the Armenians like invented wine. I think those two countries.
Oh, I didn't know. Because Georgian wine was insane. It's like so cheap. We found that a lot of people still spoke Russian, so for us
it was quite easy.
It was good because it meant we could actually convert. Like jump when you're able to talk to someone in their language, you're gonna have such a different experience.
Yeah, like I had that in Prague. Pretty much everyone. I didn't actually meet anyone that couldn't speak English. Like,
yeah.
Whereas like when we went to Milan, in the city everyone could speak, but where we were was a bit on the outskirts. We were kind of on the equivalent of say Sevenoaks, where we were staying in Milan. We had to get train into the city. So I would say half of the people, not half, maybe like 25% of the people couldn't speak English, which wasn't a big deal, but they would have no idea what you're saying, whereas most people could speak English.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is cool. Okay. But yeah, America for me is my number one. There's so many things. I would actually live there as well. I don't think I'd live anywhere else apart from London, but I feel like I could live there. Maybe Manchester, but yeah. Definitely not outside of the UK.
Try Manchester next weekend actually.
Oh really? Why?
2 reasons. Well, no, 1 reason really. Harry's best friend.
That chicken shop we're going to.
I probably won't be down those parts, so that's like the student bit, so I don't think I'll probably go down there.
Is that where did we say? Withenshaw? Where did you live again?
When you visited me, I lived in, I don't know what's it called.
That would have been 2018.
Withington, yeah,
2019, sorry, 2019.
Withington. But that chicken shop was actually
That was so nice. It was on the way to your house though.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was so good.
That was in Fallowfield. I don't know if it's still there.
It might be. It was so good. I loved it. Honestly, it was so good.
Oh, was it Chicken King or was it?
What am I gonna know? But do you know what was really good as well at Manchester? That pub that we went to, and it's like shaped like a castle. Do you remember?
Yes.
When I had that job interview, then we went there after.
Yeah.
And do you know? Oh, sorry, not to cut you off, but me and Ben went to this when we was in Milan. We went to like this really small, crappy shopping centre, and I was like, to Ben, me and Lizzy went to this shopping centre just like this in Salford, and it was just like nothing there. Do you remember?
Oh, what on your Media City day? Then?
Yeah. Anyway, I was just like, this is exactly the same. And I was just like, I wish you could have seen what it was like. It was exactly the same.
Funny. Yeah, no, Harry's best friend's moved up there.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna go visit him. Obviously, we can stay with him for the weekend. So it's like we get a bit of like it's our anniversary.
Oh, nice.
So it's like we get a bit of a getaway.
That'd be nice.
See them.
You getting train from Houston?
No, we're getting a coach.
Oh,
so because it was so cheap, because we're saving to go travelling again.
Yeah.
And the train is so expensive.
Oh, man.
Like, it's crazy.
So Houston is yeah.
But you can get them cheap, but
depends. You got to do it in advance and have a rail card, and it's all
that jazz. We didn't have any of that jazz. So because like we're so used. Well, from in South America, we was doing so many buses. Like the longest bus we did was like 30 hours.
Oh, I couldn't imagine.
We're like, it was a lot, but like we're like 5 hours. That's literally like nothing. Do you know what I mean? So we're like, do you know what? We've got a day off. We're getting the coach at like maybe 9:30. Get there at 4.
Okay.
So I'm like,
that's not too bad.
What? It's fine. I could watch a couple of films.
Yeah. That's not because I used to always go out to Sheffield. I used to always get coach from Victoria. I used to love it, so I would always book the really early one at like 7 or 8 o'clock. And in the first like 2 hours, I'd listen to like a podcast or sleep, and then the other half it would just fly by.
It does, yeah.
Yeah, I used to love getting the coach out there.
Yeah, I do. And I love when you go to a service stations and I know exactly like
Milton Keynes, it would just stop somewhere random or something like that. Yeah, I used to love getting the coach, and it's actually not that bad to be honest. If you go early or if you go in the middle of the day, it can be a bit long. But if you go early or like it flies by.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking about. And also, it's cost us £20 return.
Oh, that's pretty. So that's really good.
Yeah.
And you're getting it from Victoria.
From Victoria,
yeah. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
I haven't been to Manchester in.
I haven't been.
I feel like I went after I come up to yours at the time. Did I?
Yeah, you. Actually, I don't know.
I did. Yeah. No, I went. So I went like a year later for another job interview thing, and then it was COVID. Yeah, that was it. I went there like in 2020. That was awesome. I love Manchester.
Yeah, I really miss it actually.
Yeah, I miss it a lot. I think it's such a great city.
Apparently it's gotten a lot more expensive since...
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
I'm not surprised either.
Yeah, there's so many other cities though. It's not just like London and Manchester. There are a lot of other good cities that I really like. I love Sheffield. Bristol's I
unreal.
went to Bristol last year. I liked it, but it was a bit strange. And what I found was a bit strange was, say some parts would be really nice, and you walk. I'm not saying the next part was bad, but it would just be completely a bit abandoned space. Like there'd be nothing there. There'd be like completely abandoned shops and spaces with nothing there. And I was like, this is so weird, kind of thing. But yeah, I did like it. Bristol was a city. It's a bit weird, but I like it.
Yeah, I liked it. I like Bristol a lot. I like it. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Brighton. I love Brighton. I
guess it's kind of that is kind of similar. Yeah.
I think if I wasn't living in London, I'd probably be quite tempted to live in Brighton, something like that.
Yeah, and I guess it's not that it basically is London, but it's only around the
They say it's London by city. That's what they call it, I think, and that's what it's quite expensive, but
it's quite similar, and it's just a bit more. It's a bit more. How can I put it? Green, I suppose.
Yes.
More like liberally. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like Brighton. I went there.
I do.
Obviously, I've been there like a million times in my life. The last time I went there was like 2 years ago. We all went for a stag do, which was cool. Yeah, I liked it, which was fun. It was very fun. But yeah, there's a few other cities that I'd like to tick off. Like I haven't been to Newcastle before.
Oh, I did actually. I went up there for San Venda. Newcastle's I like Newcastle.
Oh yeah, everyone says it's really fun.
Yeah. We didn't really. We was only there one night, but.
Okay, fair.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Manchester in terms of like the size of it. It's probably a bit smaller.
No, Newcastle's actually smaller than Croydon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whereas I think Manchester's like at least quite a bit bigger.
I think what it was, you know, when like it reminds you of one part. Like it reminds me of the part where we was like that pub we talked about, the Castle pub. It reminds me of like that kind of area where it's like a shopping centre and everything's kind of like near.
It's all surrounding it. Sort of.
Yeah, everyone was super friendly. Like, definitely true what I say about Northerners being more friendly. Like.
Yeah, but I don't really mind that people are not as friendly here. It doesn't really bother me.
I know what you mean. I
kind of like the
get into a cab and just be quiet.
And and everyone just gets on with whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't really mind everyone chatting to each other kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So it is what it is. We all went to Nottingham 2 years ago for a weekend, which was great. But then I got really sick, like halfway through the trip. So I just couldn't enjoy the last sort of date night we were there. But that was my first time even going to the Midlands. I've never even been to like Birmingham or anything.
I went to Birmingham once, but it was just because of the stopover on the coach. I had like 2 hours to kill.
Yeah, it doesn't really count, sort of thing.
No.
I went to Milton Keynes earlier this year. Weirdest place I've ever been to in my life.
Everyone who goes.
It's so strange. So one of our friends moved there with his wife, and it's just like he's from London, and then his wife's from like Burton, which is like Midlands / up north. And it's nice, like it's lovely, but it's just nothing there. It's literally like there's just nothing there. It's just it's completely empty, and it's got all of these cloned roads and houses, and it's just there's no atmosphere. It's very eerie, and everyone says the same thing. So I watched this like mini short film on YouTube about Milton Keynes, and basically in a nutshell, it was meant to be. Before this, it was just like another rural town. There was just nothing there. There was like a lot of farms.
They've got a massive stadium there. Sorry. They've got a massive stadium there.
Yeah, they got. So the MK Dons is the football team.
Right.
But is that the football team's not only existed for like not even like 20 years, maybe just 20 plus years. And it's all just very manufactured. But it used to just be like a town where people would grow crops and vegetables and stuff. So, but anyway, long story short, they built it up to what it is now, so that people would be sort of tempted to move out and go outside of London, and then you could still work and live in London sort of and just commute down kind of thing. And I guess it did kind of work, but it's just the feeling of the place is just so eerie, and there's just nothing there. It's very strange, but it's not bad. It's just different. Yeah. Very weird. I've never been anywhere like that in the UK, or actually anywhere to be honest. You should go just to see what it's like. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
I've driven through it, never.
Yeah,
gossed out. Yeah, my family used to live in. Used to have a lot of family in Luton, so I used to come and drive through Milton Keynes a bit.
Yeah, Luton's it's like just outside North London.
Yeah,
so it's not too far.
Yeah. Exactly. You've been to Liverpool?
Yeah, I've been to Liverpool.
I've been to Liverpool together.
No, we haven't. I've been obviously because I'm a Liverpool fan. I've been there.
Oh yeah, of course you are.
But I've never actually had a proper like weekend and gone out there. Like I went there when I was a kid to watch football. I was there for a weekend, a few times with my family, and then I've been as an adult. I went there like 5 years ago for a game. But I literally just got the train up there and then got the train back.
Yeah.
But I've never actually been out there for a weekend. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always heard great things about Liverpool.
Yeah.
Lewis went up there for a Crystal Palace game, like, I think when we were like 18. He went up there maybe like 9 years ago. Mm-hmm. And he said it was good. He went there for a night out after, but he said, yeah, it was alright sort of thing. But I would like to go as well.
I liked it. I went with my mum and my nan.
Yeah.
So we weren't like, mind you, we still ended up going out, like out.
Yeah.
Took my nan to her first gay club. She loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
What?
Sorry, I don't want to cut you off your story. Sorry,
That's
keep
right.
talking.
No, I was just saying, like, yeah, I mean, that was the year my mum took me for my 21st. That was 6 years ago.
Oh wow, that's flies.
Sorry, what you say?
Yeah, I went Manchester last year, so I went up there. I went up there for Soccer Aid. So obviously I worked on it this year, Soccer Aid, but last year I was just because I was still the same company that I work for, like that makes Big Brother. They also make Soccer Aid. Oh. So they gave me and the intern. I was an intern at the time. They gave us all tickets. There was like me and 7 other interns, but like we all went up there and watched the game. But what we did was we booked an Airbnb together, got like trained together, and then we went out after.
Yeah, nice.
But on a Sunday night, there's like nothing open.
Yeah.
Not there's nothing open, but the game finished at say I don't know 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And we were thinking we just want to like have a drink kind of thing. Yeah. So the only place that was really open was like these gay clubs, like in the because I think we were near. I don't know, but I think we were near the village or
the village.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
There's all the clubs, and they usually have like the drag queens come out.
Well, maybe, but I distinctly remember when me and Ben met you, we were right next to the village kind of thing. But I don't know if this was the same place because obviously we had to get the tram from Salford.
Yes.
Which is where Old Trafford is.
Yeah.
We only went like a few stops, I think, and then we were basically where we were in the city, and there was basically where we were. It was like a line of gay clubs. So maybe it was, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But
I mean, was there literally a canal on the street? Like, was it like clubs and then a few like benches?
But yeah, we went last year, and I'd never been to a gay club before. But they stayed open till 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the drinks were cheap.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, why
and
not?
like you're gonna know the music. Do you know what I mean? It's not gonna be.
And it was, and we were just sitting having a few drinks, and it was me. So there was like, so there was 4 girls that we were with in our group, and me and one other guy. So there were 6 of us in total. And when we got there, pretty much we were like the only people in there, and there was like, well, they were not the only, but there was a few other people in there. And then we got there at say I don't know, 10:30, 11, and by like 12:30 it was rammed, and I was like, oh my god! And it was like the drinks were so cheap, so I was getting so drunk, and I went up to the girl behind the bar, and I was like, why is it so busy all of a sudden? She was like, oh yeah. She was like, a lot of like gay people don't have like regular 9 to 5s. So like, they go out now, and I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then by like 1 o'clock it was rammed, and then they had like a drag queen, and I was like, they were doing like a show or whatever. Yeah. And I was heckling, not like a bad way, I didn't say anything homophobic, just clearance or whatever. And that was cool, and then yeah, it was good. I had a really. Well, by the time we left, I think we left at maybe like 2:30, 3. It was so busy. Like, yeah. It was crazy, but it was completely dead when we got in there.
Yeah. What I like about Manchester nightlife is like, if you're not feeling the place you're at, or you want to change, all you've got to do is like walk. Maximum like 15, maximum 15 minutes, or like, and you can. Whereas in London, some of your venues can be like.
Yeah,
so
dotted all over the place.
All over, you have to get an Uber, and it's
just long
and expensive, but. Manchester, everything's walkable, but you don't feel like you're in a small city. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree. Because Manchester's not the biggest city, but I agree. It feels like you could just walk everywhere.
But there's definitely different. You can definitely tell the difference between like the neighbourhoods. Like Northern Court is very different to like.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's like Fallowfield or.
Yeah, because I remember that massive Primark in the middle, and then the Spoons is like near the station. Manchester, I think it is.
There's one.
I think I ate in there like a year later by myself, like when I went up there for a job interview. And but I remember you went past it loads of times.
Oh, the Italian.
Yeah, that was it. I think so. Yeah.
Oh, not going there. They'll be like, who are you? They would not remember me.
They would not. But yeah, that was great fun. Manchester's a great city.
Yeah, it is.
I would like to go maybe next year or something.
Yeah. 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 Can't wait to go actually.
Yeah, I feel like I haven't. Now that I've done like 2 holidays back to back, I was actually drinking every day, and then now I'm so glad to not drink anymore.
Yeah, to be fair, I've had a couple of heavy nights. Not that I've been away, but recently. Like even last night I went out with
Yeah, where did you go?
Just went to Vinegar Yard.
Where's that?
Like opposite London Bridge, like the big it's basically like
That's a club.
No, it's like it's like a massive courtyard with tables and it has like a couple of bars and loads of food stalls.
I see.
You love it there. You haven't been there.
Vinegar Yard.
Vinegar Yard.
Never heard of it.
What?
Never heard of it. I don't go out that much, to be honest. I really don't. I probably go out once, maybe twice a month. I don't really go out much.
No, I'm kind of over. I say this.
And when I say going out, I even mean like going to the pub. I only drink when I go out, and I don't go out that often. So when I went to Ibiza, that was like the first time I'd had a drink in like, I don't know, 3 weeks or something like that. And then I was there for 5 nights, and then I was back out in Milan maybe 4 or 5 nights later.
Mr. Worldwide.
And then I was literally drinking I drank for a week straight, and I was thinking, when I got back, I was just so tired. I was just like, oh my god. And I actually have been ill the last couple of days, but now I feel alright. I feel a bit
What kind of ill?
I think just tired, just like run down. That's a bit like, just a bit under the weather. I felt fine when I got back, and then a couple of days I was like, oh my god, I feel terrible. So I'm sort of looking forward to like detoxing.
Is Ibiza as expensive as they say it? As it?
No.
Really?
No, it's not. That's what. So we went for the first time last September, and everyone. I asked so many people that have been before, and I've been a few times. And I was like, oh, how much money did you spend? I heard sort of basically between the range of between £1,000 and £1,500.
For how long?
So I was there for 5 nights, and some people were there for a bit longer, a bit shorter, or whatever.
Oh, that's quite a lot though.
That is a lot of money. But I was like, fine. I know
it's like
what.
£200 a day, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. But I was like, fine. At least I know what my budget is. So last year I took like 1,500, 1,600 with me. And then when I counted everything up at the end, but I'm just talking spending money on it, by the way, because all of our tickets and events we had booked like 6 months in advance. Yeah. So it wasn't that expensive. It'd be like the odd £30 here, the odd £40, £50 here. It really wasn't that bad. So I counted everything up. I spent 700, 800 max.
That's not too bad, to be fair.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like I go to the sort of place that if you're there, you've got to do it properly.
You do have to do it properly, yeah. But the drinks are really not expensive. And obviously we went in a big group, so this time we went 8 of us. Last time we went 7 of us. So we had this app called Splitwise. So if you
haven't used it.
Oh my god.
Is it actually good?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Is it?
So if you go with 2 people like you and your boyfriend, there's not really much point sort of thing. But if you go with I'd say at least 3 or 4, it's really good, because let's say we all went out for a meal and there's 8 of us. Instead of saying, oh, let's split this, split that. Let's just say there was one night where I paid for. We went out to Cafe Mambo, and we got like drinks and food and stuff, and we just opened up the tab. It came to about 155 euros or something like that. So I was like, so I'll pay it, sort of thing. Yeah. And then at the end of it, I would say, oh, I spent 155, and then it would say, oh, Jack, based on everything else that we've paid for so far on the trip, oh, Lewis now owes you £20, or this person now owes you £7. It was perfect. We've done it last year, so definitely recommend it.
Does it like sync with your card, or do you have to like manually type in what you've spent, or do you actually have to? So you just type in what you spent. So I forget, or I'd like.
Oh no, you just remind people, and also even if you did forget, it would be on your Monzo. Like you could just check your app or whatever. True that. But it was good. So say for example, and you would just convert it into pounds.
Yeah. Or
you could keep it in euros if you want to convert it at the end, but then you would just say, okay, I'm owed this much, and then at the end of it, everyone just tallies up with everyone, and they say, oh. So at the end, the only person that owed me money was like Ben, and it was like £9. So it was like you just do it all at the end. So it was good. It was really good to use. So if you ever do travel with more than say 2 people, it's definitely worth using 100%.
Good to know.
I don't know who found it. I think because Lewis's girlfriend went to Ibiza for a few months before last year with her friends. They done something.
No, I think it's an idea. Because we had the whole thing of I went on a hen do like in July, and obviously I was maid of honour, so I had to plan it all. And then like, just the fact I'm such an unorganised person, and it's so hard to like things like money. I'm just like, oh, don't worry about it, I forget about it, sort of thing. Yeah. And
it can be asking people. Do you know what I mean?
I feel embarrassed, even though I shouldn't, because obviously I paid everything up front, then everyone was like just sort of pay me back. But because I was like paying for things whilst I was travelling. By the time I got back, I felt like I forgot about it. I was like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I felt awkward asking for money, but actually I probably didn't really use for something like that.
Yeah, Splitwise 100%. Definitely do that again. If you ever do like a big group, or even like a Hindu or something, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, definitely a holiday or Hindu.
Yeah, 100%. If you was to get married, where would you want your Hindu to be?
Oh, it's difficult.
Keep talking on this. I'm just checking something.
Yeah, I don't know. Part of me is like, I'd love to do like a mini break somewhere like hot and like have a little villa with like all your best people.
Yeah.
But then like actually, I'm a city break kind of person.
For a Hindu?
Yeah.
I think like a Hindu stag do, the best place to do would be like a big city riverside. Would you go? So you'd go abroad, or would you do one like in the UK?
In an ideal world, I'd love to do one abroad and probably have a London one, but I know
it's quite a lot to ask people, especially to go abroad.
It is. But then I think I've gone abroad for quite a few more Hindus now.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just kind of standard now. It is a lot, but it is kind of standard.
Yeah, I guess if it's your best mates kind of thing, then
That's what I mean. I wouldn't expect.
You wouldn't expect like random.
No,
not like randoms, but like people that you're friends with and who would be close enough for you to come to the wedding.
Exactly.
Not close enough.
No, I'd only have my closest circle.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But I went to Barcelona for a Hindu and I thought that was such a great location because it has like, city, it has beach.
It has everything.
We went to like a beach club of the day and then it was perfect.
Whose Hindu was this?
That was Harry's brother's wife. So
Harry's
my sister-in-law.
Yes. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. I didn't know anyone really. I knew Jade. Is
that the only person that who's Jade?
It's his wife.
Oh.
Yeah, my sister-in-law.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, is that the only Hindu you were in on?
No, I've been on to the one I went on.
Who was that for?
That you have met with my friend Mark and Louise from Manchester, from uni.
Mark and Louise?
Yeah, so I lived in Russia.
Don't think I met
Russia. Mark lived in Russia with me, and then when Louise came out to visit him, because they've been together since like first year, I got really close to her, and then he was back in Manchester for final year. I was basically there with them the whole time.
I don't think I met them.
No, I don't think you did.
No, I don't think I did.
But yeah, they got married.
It's boiling when you go. And if you close them, it's so hot.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Penn High Street is sold out. But yeah, I would love to, because I've only been on one stag doing in Brighton for the weekend.
Who's in that?
Sam, so Lewis's friend, the one that lives in Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
So
That the one who looks like Drake?
a little bit, yeah. He's like Moroccan, yeah. Lewis organised the whole thing, and he had no idea. Cause he said, "I do not want to have a stag do." Lewis has done one anyway. So what we planned? Lewis planned it for months as well.
Yeah.
So this was.
Oh, it's so stressful.
This was 2 years ago. No, it's honest, with our group, because Lewis organises everything. It was pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
So what he did was, because they all work in the city,
yeah,
near each other. Lewis was like, "Oh, we're gonna go pub for a few drinks. Do you want to come meet us for some food or whatever?"
What we said no. Was that
no, but I think he said in a few days in advance, or like a week in advance, "Oh, we're coming here for like whatever reason," and he was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll be there." And then he was like, he still had no idea, so they bought him like a train ticket, and then he got on the train. Everyone else was on the train, and like we were all there, like we had like these shirts and stuff, and he was like, "Oh," like, then he knew kind of thing. And then Lewis organised so that we went down on the Friday night, went out for a meal, and we went out for like a mini like bar crawl kind of thing. And then the next day, he had arranged for us to have a football match against like this team. Like this was like a Sunday league team, not professional, who were just Lewis found his team to play against us on a Saturday. We played against his team, the football match against his team. That was a good laugh.
That's a good idea.
And then we got some food, and then we went back out again. It was great. We had such a good time.
Brighton's a good place actually to have a stag do.
Good place to have a stag do, 100%. I think if I ever got married, ideally you'd want to do it abroad, but I'd feel kind of guilty asking people, so I'd probably just do one. But I probably would do it outside of London, like a city in the UK. But it would be a laugh though.
And what about your wedding? Do you want to get married?
I think I do want to get married, but I don't really care about. Do you know what I discovered the other day? I did not realise that if you say you propose to a lady, you have to get an engagement ring and a wedding ring. That's ridiculous. I think that's so.
You didn't know that?
That's so stupid.
Your parents married? No.
My parents are married.
But does your mum have to?
So she does, but my mum was explaining to me, she's got my dad bought her an engagement ring, which stayed her wedding ring. But then 10 years later, he bought her like a really nice, expensive ring.
Well, but I don't think you can make it your own. I think every wedding or marriage is so different.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So if you, mind you, I mean, you've obviously got to convince your wife it's not exactly the same thing. But I don't think you have to do it traditionally.
I feel like most girls would. I feel like most girls would be like, I need that second ring.
I personally like.
What about you?
Well, I said to Harry, I want an engagement bag because
engagement bag?
Yeah, I want.
Oh, that is so woke. Oh
no,
my God.
I mean, I've always wanted a Chanel bag.
Okay.
And I don't want a fake because I want to have the real thing one day. obviously,
they're like $5,000.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, obviously, I don't expect him to spend $5,000 on a ring either. But I'm like, I would much rather have like that investment piece that I know. Do you know what I mean? Like spend money on something. Because my ring, I don't even wear rings at the minute. I always wore one ring, which is my mum's old Cadder ring. But like, I don't know, I'm just not fussed about it.
So okay, so if you say you did get married,
yeah.
But surely, basically, I feel like you're being quite clever because you're basically saying, "Oh, don't get me a ring." So he will end up getting you a bag and a ring. I feel like that's what you're kind of doing.
That's not. No, because I would never ask him to buy me that bag. Not actually.
Okay, fair, fine.
But like in my ideal world.
So okay, so you'd want a bag.
No, I think if I proposed and there wasn't a ring, I'd be like, "Where's the ring?"
Well, okay, so where do you stand on weddings then? Would you want? Do you care about the wedding? Would you rather just have like a private thing where it's just like me and your close family, his family, and then you're like, we go out for a meal?
It's so weird because I'm personally not fussed about marriage personally.
Right.
But if I had a wedding, I wouldn't want to do it like half-hearted. I wouldn't want to do it just my closest people because I've got so many people that are close to me.
Yeah.
My family's
I'm
really
kind of
big.
the same. Yeah.
And I'm like, I'd find it really weird not having. Like some of my friends are as close as some of my family.
Right.
So I'd have to have it all or nothing. And I would want it to be a massive party.
That's kind of what I would want if I got married because I'm not that bothered about. I mean, I'd rather have like because weddings are too expensive. Basically, they're overpriced.
Ridiculous.
I would rather just have the most basic. Basically, let's just have a party. Yeah. Let's hire out a nice hall. Mm-hmm. We don't need to have we don't need to spend crazy amount of money on how it looks and this and that. Let's just get a load of booze, some nice food, and some good music, a good DJ.
Yeah,
I think that's
it. Oh, good DJ stuff.
That's all you need. I don't think you need all of this. Oh, we're gonna. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna spend this much money on a dress.
I personally wouldn't want to like sometimes when you go to a wedding and they are lovely when you have like the proper like 3-course sit down meal. They are lovely, but for me, I'm like I'd rather just have like I don't know like a pizza van or something like. Do you know what I mean? Just something a bit more casual.
Yeah, I agree. And just do, or even you just say okay, we're gonna get loads of pizzas. We're gonna get loads of like buffet quick food that you can just pick up, which wouldn't be too expensive. Yeah. Help yourself, eat when you want. There's gonna be loads of booze there. Obviously, booze can be expensive, but it's worth it for like that many people. Yeah. And also with a wedding, obviously you get like money and gifts, so that could cover a lot of it. And then you have to think your parents and their parents are gonna chip in as well. So that's how I would do it. Yeah. It's not even about saving money. I just think practicality because there's probably loads. I think you could trim loads of fat out of the average cost of a wedding. Because I looked up, funnily enough, I actually looked up what the average cost of the wedding is last year in the UK.
25?
No, it was 78 grand. And I was just like,
what?
No, maybe it was 38 grand. But that's still crazy amount of money. Like, if you can afford that, I'd rather just let's just buy a house.
I was literally going to say, yeah.
Because you could look at a house that's say 300 grand, and you've already paid off like 30% of it already.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, come on, like that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, like crazy, absolutely crazy.
I'm not for that at all.
No.
So I'm just like, I'm not on it.
But I've seen a few people. There's a lot of people now having like destination weddings where it's like a 2 or 3 day event sort of thing, and they'll rent like a massive. No, but I quite like this. They'll rent like a massive, I don't know, property somewhere in countryside, but they'll have like a girls' night one night, part of the house, and the guys' night the other night, and then they'll have like a pool party, or like, they have a wedding one day, and then the next day is like a big family barbecue, and like I actually quite like that idea as well. Yeah. And then it's like you're asking people for like 3 nights worth of. Yeah. It's like a holiday. It's like a mini. Like
a getaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like those.
That's quite nice.
But I quite like unconventional weddings.
Yeah, me too. Just like do what you want to do.
Yeah, 100%.
And also, that's one thing I don't understand. Like, I'm not religious at all.
No.
You're not religious, are you?
I believe in something, but I don't follow.
But you're not. Yeah, you're not practicing faith kind of thing. So my thing is, do you know what I've never understood? If you're not religious, I can understand the more traditional people that might be like foreign who are Muslims or Sikh or whatever. Like one of our mates is Sikh, so I think he'll have tried quite a traditional wedding because his girlfriend's Sikh if he doesn't get married. Yeah. I get it. But what I don't understand is I'm not a religious person. Why would I want to get married in a church and have like a priest that I don't know? Waste time. I don't need to do that. I just think, what is the point? I'm not religious. My wife more than likely won't be religious.
I was in church weddings are quite boring because they take a lot longer. They're a lot longer, especially like my family's Catholic, and Catholic weddings take. In there and everyone, you know, your bum starts hurting because there's a wooden seat. Yeah, no. And
I just think as well, like, if you're not religious, I just don't really see it's all just for show. Yeah. That's how I see it. If you're not a religious person, if you're not a religious person, it's all just kind of for show.
I think it makes sense, like if you grown up in the church or whatever,
like every Sunday.
Yeah, if you've grown up there and you know that's your church and you know your priest and whatever, it makes total sense. But you're right, if you're not, then
I just think it's all just for show. Kind of thing, and I'm just, what's the point? I'd rather just have something which is just quick and easy. Like you can just trim all of this out, kind of thing. Yeah. But it's a strange one, weddings. I don't know. And also weddings, you're right, they can be very boring. They are very long. You've got to think of people that have got kids as well. It's just like.
And I'm terrible. I get drunk really quick, like at weddings, because I want to. Because I get so excited. And they are fun. Like, they
can.
Like,
the party is fun.
Especially with someone close to you, like you feel like.
Wow.
Like you feel all the emotions for them. Do you know what I mean? But I just end up because I'm nervous. I will have a drink.
You're nervous.
Yeah, because like it's all like they're good nervous.
Yeah.
But I then have a drink and I'm drunk by myself. I don't think honestly there's so many weddings I've been to that I've been drunk while they're saying I do and all this. Yeah, that's about it.
I can't remember the last time we went to was the one we went for the stag do like 2 years ago. But apart from that, I don't. Even before that, I couldn't remember the last wedding I went to. Like maybe years and years before.
I've had a lot of weddings in the last 2 years. Don't know why.
Yeah.
Really random.
I don't know. It's all strange.
Like you guys are lucky because if you buy one suit, you can wear it to like every wedding ever.
Oh, that is so true.
Like
yeah.
you're so
I think I only own like 1, maybe 2 suits anyway. I just never wear them. You know what I mean? To be honest, clothes in general, I never buy clothes. Like pretty much everything I wear is either a gift, a hand-me-down, like someone's given it to me, or I got it from like Depop for like £3. Like this was a gift. One of my mates didn't want it anymore, gave it to me. I got this off like Vinted a couple of years ago. I had these socks since I was like a kid. Do you know what I mean? I don't ever buy.
How was it?
Or like when I say kid, maybe like I don't know,
18
years ago or something. I just I find if I had money, I'd spend a lot of money. I feel like it's such a waste.
I feel like that now. I didn't used to.
Right.
But since we took our saving really seriously, like for our trip.
Yeah.
I just noticed how much you can save if you stop spending. Like you don't actually need to buy that many clothes. Like you actually don't. Like you need like the basic.
Yeah. All my clothes are old.
Yeah, but then I did have to buy a couple new bits recently though when I started work because I had nothing.
Like corporate stuff.
Yeah, I mean my work isn't super corporate, but it's just like I dress pretty casually. Like I had to like smart cash.
Yeah,
I needed a
trousers.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. But that's like cheap. So you get from Primark for like no money at all.
Yeah, but then I go in and then I want something expensive.
Okay. If you say you had loads of money at your disposal.
Yeah.
So obviously you said the Chanel bag. What else would you buy like sort of items clothes wise?
Clothes. Oh gosh, I don't know.
Like for example.
I would love to like just shop for a day like in those like really nice shops that you see.
Oh, like Bond Street or something.
Yeah, and then like not actually wear it, like just look at the price tag. I like to have just to be able to.
Like have you seen it on Pretty Woman?
Yeah, exactly.
No, when she goes to all those shops.
Yeah.
Mate, do you know what's funny? I had Layla's been on this. We've done this quite a few times.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Pretty Woman. I don't think she's seen it. Like, or she's only seen it once and she didn't like it.
She'd love her. She'd love
Oh,
Pretty
it's
Woman.
such a great film.
Yeah.
I can't. It changed my life. Honestly, it's such a great film.
Yeah, it
I love
is.
Pretty Woman.
Like yeah, I got Harry to watch that maybe like 6 months ago. He loved it as well.
Yeah, great film.
You know that scene where he gives her the necklace?
I think so.
It's a big box and it's the big night that I think she's got a black dress on.
Oh,
the red dress or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And he opens the box and has a necklace in it. And she puts her hand in and he shuts it on her hand.
Yes.
That wasn't scripted. He did that.
By mistake.
Yeah, no, he did it to play a joke on her.
Oh,
so her reaction to that in that scene is real. I love
okay.
scenes like when you know.
Yeah. I have you been watching anything lately, like series or anything?
Watching MasterChef. I'm really enjoying it.
Okay.
I've
never really watched MasterChef.
Oh, I love it. It's one of those shows that doesn't change. Like you know, like some shows.
Come down to me something like that.
Yeah, some shows are obviously so staged or like they change and like they, you know, like things like Dragon's Den. You can tell they're pitching people who are like on Instagram, or like things like X Factor or British Talent. They reach out to people now to bring them onto the show.
Yeah.
Whereas shows like MasterChef and I don't know, I just feel like it never changes.
It's the same format.
The format exactly. It's exactly the same, and it really shows.
Okay.
What else? Race Across the World.
Okay. Yeah.
Watched it?
I've seen it. Yeah. Not loads of times. I just. To be honest, most of the shows I really love watching documentaries. That's why I like watching anyway.
Yeah.
I just finished. Well, I'll get onto that, but I just finished a couple of days ago. I watched the Amber Heard versus Johnny Depp thing.
Yeah.
What did you think?
About what?
Like, I don't know, just everything. Like, what was your verdict?
It's so hard because when you hear.
Like the voice notes and the videos and stuff, and then.
What was the verdict? I can't remember what the verdict was.
So I think he sued her for defamation.
Correct, yeah.
And then in the end, she had to end up paying him like $1 million or $2 million or something. But my sort of verdict in brief was they were both kind of very abusive to each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I don't really know. But obviously you don't know what the lead up to that was.
It's so hard. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't really know. It's like what I found strange actually is because obviously we don't know everything. And you see people like taking sides either way, and I'm like, you don't really know.
Yeah, no, I find that a bit weird.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird.
And obviously, I think the trial was obviously influenced by them being famous movie stars as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, absolutely. And it's true because those people on the jurors, how can they not have any? How can they not have outside opinions?
Because they're human. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So the news, it's got people talking about it. Like, yeah.
I don't. Yeah, it was a difficult one because I'm trying to think if that was me, if I was on the jury. Because to be honest, I know Johnny Depp's really famous, and Amber Heard. Actually, I'd never even heard of Amber Heard before this. But I've never seen a Johnny Depp film in my life. I've never seen one. I've never watched Pirates of the Caribbean.
What about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Oh yeah, that's him. Okay, yeah, I love that film when I was a kid. Yeah. But I
know what you mean. I'm like you. I've only seen
that's the only thing.
Pirates. Yeah,
that's the only film. But I know he's really, really famous. But I've never actually sat down and watched. Oh, Johnny Depp. Do you know what I mean? I've never watched any of his films.
I've seen Everything's Hands.
No. Is that a horror film?
No, it's not. It's not. It's a bit creepy, but it's kind of like. No, it's not a horror film.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I've never seen it, so I haven't really watched, and I haven't seen it. I had never heard of her until this whole sort of fiasco came out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, strange one. But yeah, documentaries I like to watch, and then speaking of reality TV, I just started literally yesterday. Love Is Blind, UK one.
UK one, is that a new series? The UK
I think
one?
it came out like earlier, coming on.
Wait, did I see?
It's Emma Willis. Emma Willis and Matt Willis. I'm like halfway through.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how these people are serious. Like, I don't get it. So, you're in a pod. I'm in a pod. We don't know what each other. Obviously, looks are not the most important thing. It's not even about that. I don't get how you can speak to someone 2 or 3 times, but I love you. I'm just like, what is going on?
You work in TV. You must know it's like that.
No, but that's the thing. That's what I thought before you get into TV. That you're really not allowed to change something. I'm just saying these people will go into these things and be like, I think I'm going to meet the woman of my dreams. And it's like, you're so delusional. Like,
no, I don't. They can't. Like, no one's in there to find love. Like, let's be honest.
Do you think so? I think a lot of them are. You can't fake a lot of that emotion that you see.
No. I'm not saying that. No, because once you. I think you can fall for someone pretty quickly. In my personal
Me too,
opinion.
yeah.
Well, after a couple of times, I think you can tell. But like, I don't think people apply for it because like, I can't find a boyfriend. Let me go on TV and find one. Do you know what I mean?
I think a lot of people do that.
Do you think?
Yeah, I do.
But then don't get me wrong. I think a lot of those relationships, like the conversations and the emotions, are 100% real. I'm not saying they're putting it on. But I think people always go in there with some kind of.
No, I get that. What I'm trying to say is, it will be, I don't know. Because for me, I've only seen 4 episodes, and for me, I can tell when someone's being genuine because it's like they'll be like, oh, do you know what? I'm not too sure about that. This person, or they were into them, and I'm like, do you know what I mean? And they're like, this person doesn't really sound like my cup of tea. But then I'm just sort of thinking, how can you say? I can understand you being like, I really want to meet this person.
Yeah.
I think I'd be like that. Like, wow, we've spoken every day.
Yeah. She
sounds like a nice girl. Let's meet, kind of thing. Because in a way, it's kind of like dating apps because you don't know. Obviously, you know what they look like, but you don't know until you sort of see them. But I just don't get this. I feel like she's the one for me.
No,
I'm just like, there's no way. Like, but there are a lot of delusional, lonely people, I think, out there, and I think a lot of people are very desperate. And I just think, damn, like, how can you be like that? I just don't get it.
But quite a few of them have been on other TV shows, and that's
really?
Yeah.
I don't want to. I hate the
I didn't like mine, but they're actually quite nice.
They're horrible. I had my mum say the other day.
Yeah, like a few of them have been like, you know those like party shows that used to be on ITV
like Geordie Shore,
things like that, yeah.
Love on the Beach and stuff.
Some of
Ex on the Beach, sorry.
Is it in Rachel? The one with... Oh, well, I won't spoil it. She was on Come Dine With Me, so I feel like...
No, but Come Dine With Me, come on.
I know, but then I feel like at that point you're just trying to go into it.
Right, that does happen, to be fair, that does happen on shows.
Yeah.
That does happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think, I'm watching it thinking... Because, for example, Love Island is my favourite show. I just love, like, in terms of reality shows.
Yeah.
I love that show. I watch it every year.
It's pretty iconic, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. And I don't care how people go, oh, it's not as good or it's less popular. I will still watch it no matter what. Like, this series is one of the best ones I've ever watched. Oh, it's so good. But I'm just like, sorry, let's double check.
Would you like to work on it?
Oh, yeah, I would. We're going to go to break in 40 seconds. Okay, we'll carry this on and after the break, so we're going to have like a little 5-minute break. Yeah, so I'm on here, off the cuff show with my friend Lizzy. We'll be back in 5 past 9, and we'll take a little break. But yeah, we'll continue this conversation about Love Island because it's my favourite show.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll be right back. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we are back on Love the Beat Radio. I'm here, Masai Lincoln, with my good friend Lizzy.
Hello.
What were we talking about before the break?
Love Island.
Love Island, yeah. So, you cleaned up all the sweets.
Yeah,
so, Love Island. I can't remember what I was talking about Love Island.
We was talking about. You said this was the last series, was the best series ever.
Not the best series ever, but it was very, very
Okay.
good. And yeah, so that's what I was talking about in comparison to Love is Blind. I can get how people would catch feelings, but like, I love you at the end, because you're actually seeing each other every day. Like,
God, yeah,
you're
yeah,
touching
yeah,
each
yeah.
other, you're doing these challenges,
Living
you're
like
kissing.
couples, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas like Love is, even though, by the way, I love this show so far. I think it's so
Yeah.
entertaining, but I just think these people are crazy. Like how can you?
No, it's quite intense, isn't it? It's a lot, very quick when you haven't seen them.
Yeah, I just don't get it. And it's not just that they're like, let's get married. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's crazy, but it's good. It's very entertaining.
Yeah. Would you like to work on Love Island?
Yes, I'd love to actually. Do you know what? Sorry, go on.
No, you go.
So I done Big Brother last year. I'm actually starting back with Big
I was
Brother on
going to
Monday,
ask you, yeah.
and half of my team was out there for about 3 months. The team that I worked with last year, and they all worked on Love Island, a lot of them, so they said it was great. And a lot of them have done it a few times.
Nice.
But I would like to do Love Island. Yeah, it'd be great.
That was sick.
It would be really fun.
Yeah, that'd be well good. So, what are you doing to production still?
What?
You're still doing production for Big Brother?
Well, it's editorial, so like task, but I'm a runner, so it's weird because I've been a runner on Soccer Aid in the summer, but I was just production, meaning, how can I put it? You're just doing like let's set everything up, let's help with this, it's like a lot of admin-y kind of stuff. Whereas like, being a runner, say in task, which is more editorial, because our task team is to help create the ideas for the show and the tasks for the housemates. So last year, for example, I come up with an idea, and they done an episode around my idea for like an episode 3. So they done my task. Whereas like on Soccer Aid, there's nothing. I have nothing to do with the content of the show. I was just on production kind of thing, which is cool. But I don't. I mean, I love working in TV. I've always wanted to work in TV, but I don't want to do. So the sort of role is that sort of as you get more experience, it goes runner, researcher, and then it goes assistant producer. That's like the line that I would have to say traditionally follow. But I want to do more, like I said, like presenting and things like that.
Yeah.
And eventually work with sports. I don't mind going into radio. So yeah, I think that's what I want to do long term. But as long as I'm doing something creative, I'm all good. But yeah, that's what I've always wanted to do this basically. So I'm trying to make this work.
Amazing.
Yeah, but it's fun. It's really fun to work in TV. And also when you're right at the bottom, so obviously I work hard, but none of the responsibilities on you, so it's
True.
fun. Yeah, so I've even heard like a lot of my colleagues who are say not researchers, maybe like assistant producers or producers are like, yeah, you should just enjoy this whilst you can, because obviously it's hard work at times. You're doing long days and long hours, but you still get paid to basically to work on a show, and it's pretty straightforward. Like you're just there to be helpful kind of thing, be a spare piece.
The only thing I've got a couple of friends from school who work in TV, and I see them. So obviously TV shows have a lifespan, a lifespan, and so obviously they're looking for new roles like quite regularly. So is that not quite stressful? Is that quite stressful? Like
it can be, but for me personally, it's not, because obviously I'm very lucky that I live at home. I don't have rent to pay. I don't have whereas a lot of my friends who work in TV, who might be, they're not runners. Well, one of my friends is a runner, but she still lives at home. But a lot of my other friends who are like researchers or maybe assistant producers, they're always looking for the next job whilst they're on jobs, because it's like, okay, well, I know that I've got rent to pay, and I know that I've got to do this and I've got to do that kind of thing, and I've got bills, and I've moved here to London, so I need to make this work kind of thing. So there's more pressure on them. Whereas like me, I'm quite lucky that I live at home. Like this year I've only worked so far, I think maybe 12 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Out of the whole year.
Oh really?
Yeah, the whole year I've probably worked 12 weeks, and I'm going to do another, say, 10 weeks now. So I would have worked less than 50% of the whole year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not that much at all, and I probably would have earned half of the money that I earned last year, because I was working pretty much the whole year last year. So it's just like, yeah, but my life isn't any different, because I don't, like I said, I don't have to pay rent, I don't have to pay any kind of bills. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it can be. It's very, and there's a lot of people that are losing jobs, or they're like, well, I can't keep doing this to support my family or my children, because it's very, I guess working in television and entertainment is kind of like being a it could be like being a sportsman or an entertainer or a singer or whatever, because it's like you don't know when that next sort of paycheck's going to come, or you don't know when there might be you're in serious competition with loads of people, like there might be someone better than you, or do you know what I mean? So it's very like that. So it's kind of like a Shark Tank in a way, but so it's like me personally, I'm in a very fortunate position, so to be able to do it.
Yeah, or you've got, I suppose, those like permanent TV shows like, I don't know, Countdown. Can you not? Do they not have those?
So you can. So for example, this girl that I worked with on Big Brother earlier this year. So I done Big Brother last year, but I done the celebrity one this year. It was like only a few weeks. This girl that I work with, she's quite experienced. She's a researcher. So she was the researcher on my team. She was she had been working on Loose Women for like a year, kind of thing, as a researcher. So she had like, I had constant work, but every show is different. So she was basically doing everything, kind of thing. So she was under a lot more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, and obviously a show like Loose Women, it's every day sort of thing, every weekday or something like that. So it's like she's doing a lot of work, and you got to be up early because the show starts at like 9 or something. So you got to be there at 7 or 6, and you got to prep everything. So it's like you're doing a lot of work. But but there's other ways around it. Like this girl that I met from working at the company that makes Big Brother. She was working on like another show, I think. I just met her and we got to know each other. I got her a job on Big Brother, and she's been working on it for like the last 2 months. She's on a different team to me, and but before that, she's got other jobs on other shows that she does like maybe once a week or something. And to support herself, because she's from Bristol, I think. Yeah. But she would have a job where she's like, okay, I work at the pub a few times a week, or other jobs as well. So there are ways around it if you really want to make it work, but it's not easy. Yeah. It's definitely not easy. Okay. But it's fun. I do sometimes think, obviously hindsight is 2020. Right, if I could go back in time, things I would do differently.
What would you do?
Because I knew that I've always known that I wanted to work in TV and say entertainment and whatever. Always, but never quite knew what the way in is or the route in is. I just assumed that you go to uni and then whatever degree you want to do, and that's how it worked. And to be honest, I didn't even think that at the time. So I only went to university because my friends were going to university.
I literally forgot you went to university.
Yeah,
Where
exactly.
Did you go?
I went to Kingston in London.
Oh, of course you do. What did you study?
Media and communication, which is basically
to be fair,
it's like TV and radio and stuff. But I didn't know. I just didn't know any better. And my parents didn't go to university. They were like, you might as well just go. Do you know what I mean? So I only went to university because my friends were, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I could go back in time and I knew what I knew now.
100%.
I know everyone can say that, but if I knew what I knew now, what I would have done was I would have just kept working at Sainsbury's for like another year or two. Yes. Then I would have started looking for TV work when I was like 19 or 20, and I would have been light years ahead of where I am right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
But I didn't know that, so obviously it's easy saying that now. But
yeah, it's kind of weird, isn't it? Like, unless you do the work, sometimes you just don't know. You just don't know.
Exactly, and also
because I'm the same as you. Like, I technically wouldn't need a degree for what I do. But obviously the timeline of how it worked out, it worked. But yes, well, I mean, if I had my time again, I probably wouldn't have. I mean, I loved my time at uni, most of it, but I probably would have picked something different.
What would you have done?
So I don't know. So obviously I did English literature and Russian. I love the Russian side of it. The English literature was okay, but I did it because I was good at it at school. It weren't like a conscious decision.
It wasn't like, this is what I want to do and I'm
not at all, but I knew I was good at it, so I thought, at the time I thought I might have been a writer of some sort. I was probably thinking towards that kind of trajectory, but I forgot what I was going to say. Basically, I probably would have done something more like journalism, so it's like actually like a applied course, do you know what I mean? Where it has like a kind of, that's a legitimate career rather than just pick a subject you're good at.
Exactly. So it's kind of the same with me. I always knew what I wanted to do, but there's never been any confusion with that. But I just didn't know that you didn't need to go to university to do what I'm doing now and beyond. Do you know what I mean? So, for example, the amount of TV interviews I've had or radio or whatever, they don't even check. Having a degree is like, to be honest, having a degree is less. I'm generalizing, but for say media or whatever, it's less useful than having a driver's license.
Yeah, I saw a lot of jobs you need an active driving license.
That's how I got my first job in Big Brother, because when I was finishing my internship, the lady that was running the internship, she was like, the task team need a runner. Every show needs a runner. And she was like, but you need to be able to drive. Can you drive? And I was like, yeah, I can drive. And she was like, go and speak to this guy who was the head of the team. And he was really great, and he wanted me to come up with ideas as well. So it worked. So it's like, that's how I got the job. And then they kept me on this show constantly now. Just kind of got like a job for life on it. Just because I can drive. That's a main. That's a big part of my job.
Well, how much of your job is driving? Like, what are you driving about?
So like, where it's based is kind of like in and around Wembley. Yeah. So I've got to drive to say Westfield. I've got to buy props, or I've got to pick out costumes.
That's so cool.
We've got, and then when we've got everything together, we'll all help set up the studio or whatever, and just things like that. And you're buying stuff, you're returning stuff, you're driving to like just help pick up other like
many bits,
whatever needs done, kind of thing.
That's cool.
And it's fun, but I enjoy. That's one of my favorite parts of the job, because sometimes when I'm just like, I can just relax and drive around. Yeah, and it's like, friends, and we always hire really nice cars, kind of thing. So it's just like, this is great.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fun. It's easy, kind of thing. So I'm just like, I enjoy it. So, but yeah, driving's like my degree. It's useless, to be honest. It's being able to drive has probably got me so much further in life than so many other things. Do you know what I mean? So it's just like, if I could go back in time, I would have done it so differently. But it's easy saying that now.
Yeah.
You don't know what you know.
Of course you don't.
Back then, so
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I want to learn how to drive now.
Oh, do you actually?
Yeah.
I got a really good driving instructor for
Do you actually?
He taught my sister.
Yeah.
Me.
Did you pass?
Yeah, we all passed.
Okay, fine.
So he taught my sister.
Yeah.
Me, my younger brother, Lewis, and he started teaching me, but he just stopped.
Where is he driving now?
He's from Bromley.
Oh, okay. Did you back in the
Yeah. Right, cause he used to actually pick me up when I started learning when I was in sixth form, when I was like 18. He would meet me.
I remember because your hair was so big.
Yeah, he took the picture. So he met me at Harris up in Norwood. He used to meet me there, sometimes South Norwood. So he would drive all that way, and then we'd drive all up. We drive in that area. We drive in, because the test centre is in West Wickham.
Yeah.
So we drive all over Bromley, Croydon, everywhere, literally.
Okay, cool.
So he'll take you where he thinks you're ready. So with driving lessons, they'll always start you in the dead roads, completely quiet, like sandy lands, or just wherever you live, like in Beckenham. So it'd be like one of the, those quiet roads in West Wickham and stuff. He'd start you there, and then as you get better, you'll be like, okay, now we're going to start doing roundabouts, or we're going to start doing, having to reverse around corners and do. We're going to have to start doing sort of parking, like reverse parking or whatever it might be, kind of thing. But I think you'd pick it up pretty quick.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I think
and also girls, I think generally when it comes to driving, girls learn.
Do you think?
I think on average, I think they pass faster than boys.
I just think you've got to be mentally in it to want to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yes and no. Like, I think it just depends on you as a person. Like, I was so bad, genuinely, and I think it was just all down to nerves, because I failed like 3 times. But when I was actually doing my lessons, I was really, really bad. As in, I would make so many mistakes. I think it's because I was just nervous.
Yeah.
Because once I eventually passed, a couple of weeks later, I got my first car, and I was like, I wasn't making any mistakes. And I was like, I know how to drive. It's just, I'm just gonna hold it. I can't be honest. I know how to drive. It was just driving me mad. I was just so nervous about making a mistake, and I was just like, oh my god, this is painful. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once you learn how to do it, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think
you'd be good at it. I can send you his number and something.
Yeah, no, send me. I probably won't do it now until we're back, because I'm not going to pay to join in. But I can't wait for it. I'm so done with buses. My bus culture has just changed. So I don't know.
I low-key love getting the bus.
Oh yeah, but it's because you drive.
But I only drive like once, twice a week. Okay. I don't drive often at all. Like, I drive when I come to this show, and if Ben comes to mine to watch UFC, I'll drive him there and back from his house to mine. But I do not drive often. Like, to get to the gym, I'll walk to the gym. It's only half an hour from my house. I'll walk into Bromley. Oh no, I do. But I only go to the one in Bromley when I worked in Bromley. I went there a few months ago because I was bored, but I don't ever go to Bromley. Do you know what I mean?
So where's your gym now? Croydon?
Yeah, it's always been in Croydon. But basically, because I've got like a multi-access, so sometimes I use the one in Bromley because I used to work there. Yeah. And I would just walk down the high street. But sometimes I go to the one in Sydenham, sort of thing, because there's one there as well. So whichever one I feel like going to that day. But usually I just walk to the one in Croydon. I never really get buses or trams, to be honest, unless I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I walk. To be honest, I walk everywhere. Like, I walk to the barbers today.
I love walking.
Yeah, I walk everywhere.
Best.
I love it.
Like, pop us in
Yeah, same.
Exercise.
Do you like running?
Absolutely not.
Really? Well, if you like walking, I just thought naturally the progression would be.
I try. I did the couch to 5k thing.
Oh, that's good.
Like during COVID, and to be fair, it's surprising how quick your stamina and like your health. It's actually crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I'm just not a runner. I don't want to do it.
Well, I feel like if you try, why don't you do it like you and Harry, like your boyfriend, do it together?
I don't want to run with him. I don't want to run with anyone.
Why?
I just don't want to run.
Okay, I get it.
No, I'd just much rather walk.
Right,
but actually, no, we went on one run together and it's really good. But I have this thing where I'm generally not like a super fit person.
Yeah.
So if I'm like working out, that was very quick. So if I'm working out with someone, I like doing it at my own pace. If I want to have a break.
To be honest, I train all the time. I don't really like training with people. I like training by myself.
Yeah.
Unless it's like one of my friends and I'm trying to get them into it and they're like, oh, do you mind helping me? And I'm like, yeah, I'll come train with you. But to be honest, I like training by myself.
Yeah.
Just because I'm just more focused and stuff and it's just less distraction.
Yeah.
And you're right, because you're like, if you're saying you're not like the fittest person, if someone's way better than you don't want to be like,
annoying.
Yeah.
Like you feel, you're worried about that more than focusing on what you want to
100%.
do.
Yeah, you're like kind of like me. I like to just work out by myself.
Yeah.
I always train by myself.
I mean, I get it if you're going gym and you're lifting and like you've got someone, obviously everyone's going to be at different capabilities in terms of that, but like if you've got someone to go with, it helps you.
Yeah, I think especially for girls as well, because I think a lot of people, not just girls, but a lot of girls do sort of think, I don't want to start gym or like start working out because they're kind of like, oh well, I'm never going to be at that person's level or I'm never going to be that fit. But I kind of used to have that I was kind of apprehensive. I was thinking, well, I could train, but then I'm never going to be like that person, or I'm never going to be as fit as them, or I'm never going to be able to go as much as they do. But that's kind of not the point. The point is really to get out results for you, in my personal opinion, to work out and go to the gym or running, whatever it might be. It's to obviously improve your health, get fitter. If you want to look better as well, that's completely up to you where you want to go. But it's not to be, oh, I've got to be competing with that person, because you're not an athlete, you're not a professional athlete. You're just there to be challenge yourself. You want it to be challenging, but you don't want it to be too hard. That's how I always see it. Like fun, I look forward to it. So when I first started working out, I was a bit like, oh, I don't really want to go, because I was like, I don't enjoy it. But then once I got better at it, I was like, oh, this is so, I can't wait to go. I don't even think about, I'm going to the gym. Whereas now I'm just like, I've been ill the last few days, so I haven't been able to work out, so I'm like, I can't wait to be ready so I can go. Do you know what I mean? So it's different for everyone.
Yeah. It's weird though, I don't run, but I do really want to do London Marathon.
If you don't run, please do not sign up for it until you can actually.
No, I wasn't going to. Obviously, I would train.
Oh my god, no! But it's like for example, I run a half marathon once a month.
Oh, do you?
And it's the most. It's so hard. And do you know what's funny? Running. So my house to Beckenham Junction, right, is 5 kilometers exactly. So if I was to run from mine to Beckenham Junction and back, it's 10k.
Yeah.
That's an easy run. Whereas like I find running, say a 5k or a 4k is harder than running like a. Or I usually run, if I was to run out on the street, I usually run 12 to 13 kilometers, maybe 14.
How long is that in time? Like, how long do you run?
If I, on a good day...
An hour?
Well, I usually run a 10k in about 50 minutes, 52 minutes. So if I really am pushing myself, I'd say if I'm running 10k's in 50 minutes, I'm probably doing that in about an hour 10, hour 15, if I'm taking it a bit easier, which is pretty good. Yeah. But...
Is that without breaks?
No breaks. But if I'm running a 5k or a 4k, that's way harder than running like a 12k.
What? Is it because your pace is...
Because you've got to basically maintain a faster pace for a shorter amount of time. So you're like, wow, I've actually got to go quick. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, wow, this is hard. Whereas running the 12k, sometimes I'm like, okay, the first 2k, I'm basically not running at all. Yeah. And I was like, okay, the next half kilometre, I'm going to really pick up the pace. And I was like, okay, the next half kilometre, I can go slow. And then I'm going to really pick it up. Whereas like running a 4k, you're like, okay, I've basically got to run a very quick 2k there and back kind of thing. So, yeah, I think you could do it. If you said you've done the couch to 5k before.
Yeah, the couch to 5k is not like...
But it's still, that's how you get fit.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true.
Before that's how I got fit. Like, I couldn't, well, the first time I even got into the gym, I couldn't run 2k, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But you just have to keep... If whether you've got to stop or walk half of it, that's how you get better. Yeah. You're no one's going to be like, oh, well, I'm the fittest person in the world. Yeah. So you just have to just do it, basically. Yeah. I think you'd enjoy it. I think you're one of those where you're like, well, I'm a bit, I don't want to do it, and then you start trying something and then you enjoy it.
I don't know. Maybe.
I think you would.
Maybe.
Yeah, but maybe by yourself, because you're saying you like to train.
Yeah, but 100% myself. But do you always listen to music though? Would you ever? Because can you run a podcast, like listen to podcasts?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No. Like if I run, I have to listen to music.
Yeah.
And also as well, when I lift weights, for example, I just shuffle my entire playlist.
Yeah.
It could have like Taylor Swift or Katy Perry, whatever.
Yeah.
But when I'm running, I've got a specific running playlist to keep me pumped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whereas I can't listen to say, like for example, I got Rock the Casbah on my playlist.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna put that on my running playlist. It's just not gonna get me. Do you know what I mean? In the zone. But yeah.
What is your favourite running song?
Do you know what? It'd probably be something like. Oh, that's a good one. There's some very good ones in there. Maybe something like. My mind's blanking. So let's say, I don't know, like Stronger by Kanye West.
Yeah, okay,
or Physical by Dua Lipa. Or something like that, where it's like, it gets me, do you know what I mean? Like, I want to quit, but I can't. Or I got another Kanye one, like I Wonder by Kanye West.
Yeah. Things
like that, where it's like, oh man, I don't want to give up kind of thing.
My go-to song, if I'm feeling like I need to get stuff done, would be like
Something so weird.
No, it's not. It's Eminem Till I Collapse.
Till I Collapse? I can't remember that.
Oh, I'm not gonna sing it, but
okay,
listen to it afterwards.
I'll look after,
yeah.
I've
it has like the whip sounds in it, so you feel like you're literally being like whipped into
okay, that sounds good. Because I've got a lot of Eminem songs on my own playlist, but that one's not on there.
It's with Nate someone. I don't know.
It doesn't ring a bell. But I've got a lot of Eminem songs on my playlist.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, I'm pumped.
Yeah.
So, okay, fine.
I also like Lethal Bizzle. What's that song?
Pow. Yeah.
2011.
Yeah. So for example, I've got like on my running playlist. I got That's Not Me by
exactly. Yeah.
Things like that. Things that get me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I'm locked in. Okay, fine. Maybe I'll send you my running playlist.
Okay. I've already got your running playlist, I think.
Right.
Oh no, I've got another playlist of yours.
Which one is that?
The one with the water signs on it.
Yeah. Well, if you go on my profile, it'll be there.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm pumped. I want to go running. Like I haven't trained for. Last time I went training was on Wednesday. Felt fine, and then I felt ill later that day, so I haven't been training at all. So hopefully I feel better enough to go to training tomorrow.
When you say training, you mean running?
Yo, gym. Well, if I depends how I feel, but I wanted to go like do some sprints. I do a lot of sprints. Sprints is another good thing to do as well, not just running. So I do like whenever I do cardio, I do running and I do sprints. So I like to sort of mix it up between the two. But yeah, anything. We'll see how good I feel tomorrow. If I don't feel quite good, strong enough for sprints, I'll just go running. But we'll see. Yeah, that's right. Can't wait. I actually went to a boxing class a couple of months ago.
Oh yeah.
There's this gym. There's like a martial arts gym in Beckham. I enjoyed it.
One above there's two, isn't there?
Yeah, the one.
Shop.
Yeah, it's opposite the Sainsbury's basically.
Yes, yeah. I think my brother goes to that one.
Oh, does he? Yeah. So I went there. I only went for like a boxing class.
Yeah.
Really, really fun. And I think I was looking at boxing gyms yesterday and just MMA gyms in general. But now that I'm back to work, I want to just sort of find one that I can. So just I only want to go twice a week so I can learn basics. Something. I don't want to fight. Do you know what I mean? So. But it's just hard finding the time now that I'm working to sort of get it around, find the perfect gym around the time and location for when I'm like, okay, now I can just go there, do you know what I mean? So we'll see. But yeah, that's another one thing. If you, people that want to train or whatever, I obviously watch a lot of MMA, like fighting.
Yeah.
And you know, funny enough, mainly with women, they say, well, I find training a bit boring, so I want to learn like a skill or something.
Yeah.
So there's this woman who was the UFC bantamweight champion, which is 135 pounds. She became champion like 3 years ago, and she basically beat this woman who is like the greatest woman fighter of all time. Nobody gave her a chance. It was like she was literally like 8-1 underdog.
Yeah.
And this guy bet 330 grand on her to win, the champion to win. He lost 330 grand. And he would have only made like 25 grand profit. But if he had bet it on the other girl, he literally would have made like, I don't know, £2.5 million.
Yeah, crazy.
And anyway, but she was saying how she got into martial arts is basically, she just wanted to get fit, and her sister or a friend was like, well, I'm doing a cardio kickboxing class, like a women's self-defense class.
Yeah.
She loved it. And
I'd love to do kickboxing actually.
Yeah, and then she was just like, she just naturally just started learning MMA, like all the other martial arts, and she was like, great, I'm gonna just start doing this. And so maybe if you go to like a beginner's boxing class or like a beginner's thingy, because then eventually you'll be like, okay, I need to get fit to do this, because I was doing a boxing class and I'm a fit person, but I was like,
oh, boxing's hard, yeah.
And it was mainly drills, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was, and I do a lot of these drills in my general training, and I was like, it's a good thing I do this all the time, because if I didn't, I'd be really struggling.
People come out training and they feel like big can't they?
Yeah, like, you need to like be fit to do that, because like the cardio that you need for, say, boxing or martial arts is just so insane. Like when you see fighters, how fit they actually are, it's just a joke.
And they're constantly moving down, aren't they?
Yeah, and also they have to be super alert, because you're not just trying to avoid hurting them, you're trying to hurt somebody else as well. So you have to be like super zoned in.
Yeah.
Let me just check how much battery's there. I'm still talking, so I've still got
no problem.
Oh crap. Okay, I need to plug this up. Alright.
Yeah, I've got my charger there as well.
Bear with me. But you got a charger?
Yeah, mine's just there. The big one. The big brick thing.
Oh, can you
Grab it?
Yes, please, that'd be fantastic. This is, to be fair, this is my fault for not recording before. But then I'm gonna have to put this in your phone. Okay, so sorry. I'd be so big if one of the phones died throughout the thing. I think they're good.
Mine should be good.
Yes, that is amazing, thank you.
How do you know if it's not good?
Oh crap, it's a bit oh damn.
Do you want to...
No, it's fine. I've got the mic still.
Do you need something to balance it on?
No, it's all good, I think I've got it. Okay. But yeah, so who do you say your brother goes to like a boxing class?
Yeah, he goes. I think he goes on Saturdays. I don't know. You probably recognise him if you. No, you probably wouldn't recognise him actually.
I don't know. I'm guessing he looks like you, I suppose.
I don't know if we look alike. He's a lot taller than me.
But you only got
He's
one.
blonde.
You've only got one sibling, haven't you?
Yeah, he's tall and blonde.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I might recognise him if I saw him. But I probably met him like years ago or something.
Yeah, it would have been a long time ago. He's old.
Okay, cool. Alright, there we go.
Yeah. Whenever I bring up, if I'm like, oh, I'm seeing Masai, I'm like, is that what he was sick in my car? My dad was like, is that what he was sick in my car? I was like, no, I was like, it wasn't Masai.
I wasn't even there. Well, I was there, but I had left by then.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, I was gone by then. Oh my god, it's so weird to me that was all like 9 years ago.
Well, isn't it?
No, it doesn't feel like that long ago, does it?
No.
It does not.
No, we've probably actually been friends for about 10 years now.
Yeah,
we
have, because we would have met through Layla. So yeah, we would have been friends for over 10 years. That's insane. Actually, no, did we know each other? Yeah, we did, because we met in year 12.
We met Layla's...
Layla's 17th. That's insane.
Was it actually?
Yeah. So
that was in
July 29th, 2014.
Yeah.
How bizarre is that?
Yeah.
Insane.
Where did you feel birthday?
Do you know what's funny? I was looking at, so last year for my birthday, you were there actually.
Was it?
Yeah,
oh,
you were. Yeah, it was in Penge, yeah. So, but you might be gone by then. When are you?
No, we're going early mid-December.
Oh, amazing. So, you might be able to help me actually.
But my dad still has birthday, yeah.
Oh, but I'm doing mine the week after because Big Brother finishes on the 15th.
Cool.
So I'm going to do mine on the 23rd.
Oh no.
Oh, is that when he's doing his?
No, I've got a cousin's 21st on that day.
What was it during the day?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's in, I think it's in Sick Up. But there could be a way where I could do both.
No, don't thinking it food.
What are you doing though?
So this is what I'm planning to do. So I was thinking, let's go out basically the same as last year. I was like, let me mix it up. I was thinking maybe go to a bar, maybe somewhere like Peckham. But I'm trying to find a bar which is like cool.
Oh, I've got a couple, but I don't know what they're called.
What, whereabouts in Peckham?
Yeah. I've only been up.
It doesn't have to be Peckham, but I just.
But there's quite a lot of places in Peckham to be there, isn't there?
Yeah, like I went to this cool bar last year in Peckham. And I was looking at it again, but it closes at 1, which is a bit early. Yeah. I'd met 2 would be perfect, really. I was looking for a bar. It doesn't have to be that specific area. I still want it to be in South London so everyone can get home easy and stuff. Yeah. But I want it to stay open until like 2 o'clock. Okay. And it's got music and but we can still have a casual drink at the table or something like that.
So more of a bar than a pub.
More of a bar than a pub, but it could But if I can't find one, I'll literally just do it local for everyone.
Okay,
so
cool.
easy.
I'll give an eye then. Have a look.
But I'm not going to do a meal this year, just so people can save money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
And just go all out for the drinks.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I want to do it somewhere like Brixton or Peckham because I've got other friends from other parts of London. So our mate Dom, he lives in like Queen's Park, Maida Vale.
Where is Maida Vale?
It's West London, so in between sort of Westfield and say Harlesden.
Right, okay, yeah.
Like northwest.
Yeah.
So if he can make it home easy because he lives by a tube station, do you know what I mean? Things like that. So I'm trying to go a bit more central but still South London, so like Peckham, Brixton, not from far from the tube station kind of thing.
Yeah.
So if you can find a bar in and around those kind of areas, or like I don't know, Stockwell, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. You've got I don't know where. Yeah. Oh, what's it called? In Brixton. No, in Brixton Village. Not in Brixton Village.
Lost in Brixton.
Lost in Brixton.
I've never been there before.
I think you'd like it.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Have a look. But it's outdoor. I don't know.
I guess at winter time it wouldn't be. It'd still be like.
It's kind of covered, but it's outdoors. But like you can't.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
You can't see out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because it's all like covered up, but yeah, kind of best of both worlds.
Okay.
Well, you what? Actually, no. I don't know. I'll have a look.
I'll have a look. Okay, fine. I'll have a look. But yeah, I need somewhere like that. It's funny because I was literally looking at this last night. So I need to find a bar where like everyone can just go in. Doesn't have to be a super fancy or something. Has music, ideally. If people want to get food there, they can grab a bite to eat. Food is not essential.
Multifunctional.
Yeah. Just something not too expensive. I don't want people like spending
like
emptying their bank accounts for like
cocktails.
for a double or something like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Reasonably priced, and everyone can just get home. I guess everyone that lives my way can get home easy because we can all just split a cab or something. But then the people that don't live here, they can get home. But I guess someone like Dom could stay at Jack and Steph's, or Lewis could probably stay at his mum's. So like, actually, it'd be alright. But yeah, somewhere like that. And also, I want to try something a bit different. So yeah. Well, last year was good because you didn't come to them. I think you were somewhere before, and then you
probably I
think you was at your family's birthday or something like that.
Probably.
Or dad's. Yeah. But yeah, something like that. That was cool. I enjoyed last year.
I enjoyed last year.
We had a good time.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah, it was a good time. And everyone was there, which was cool.
Yeah.
Like JP was there with his girlfriend and stuff.
Yeah.
It was nice. So yeah, I'll have a look at some places.
Yeah.
I know it's quite a girly thing, but I actually love my birthday every year. I really do look forward to it. Everyone's together kind of thing.
Yeah.
I kind of sometimes just wish my birthday was in summer. I'm like, it is.
Yeah, you're a summer birthday kind of person. I feel like you should.
My birthday is freezing. Like every year, like, I was.
It was really cold.
It was so cold, and I'm just like, I'm freezing just thinking about it. Do you know what I mean?
Did your mum make your favourite meal?
No, we only have that really on Christmas Day. Maybe like once around Easter time because the lamb's a bit cheaper.
Yeah.
But generally, we only have it on Christmas Day, or we have it when if it's on offer sometimes. My mum will buy like one or two, put it in the freezer for like months.
My dad does the same thing.
Oh, it's so good. But we don't have it very often at all.
No, we don't actually. No.
Yeah, we don't have turkey in our house.
Turkey?
Like
For Christmas? Right, so my dad...
It's a bit dry, I think, turkey.
It is a bit of a dry meat, but I feel like it's... You have to have...
It's like tradition.
Yeah, kind of. But then my dad, I found out the other day that apparently the only reason that my family serves turkey is because of me. And I was like, why is everyone... Like, why...
What do you mean?
Because apparently I loved it as a kid,
so
they still do it for me. But I know what you mean. I think they're going to change this year as well.
So you guys are going to do chicken, I guess?
No, they get like a 5-bird roast in one.
Oh.
So we have done
5-bird roast in one?
Yeah, so it's basically like, I think...
Like a platter?
To be fair, no tell a lie, because that is a turkey, and there's like a turkey, a chicken, a goose, a partridge.
Okay.
I don't know what they're one, but they're kind of stuffed inside each other, not with the bones.
Right.
They're just
that sounds quite nice.
It is.
Oh, you've had it before?
Yeah, we have had it before.
Oh, okay.
But you carve it, and then like obviously some of the meat is more like foul, so it's darker. Ooh, but it's actually really nice.
That sounds really good.
But yeah, I don't know. They might do a gammon.
Ooh, that sounds good. Well, gammon can be a bit like thingy.
I
do love gammon, but it's a bit like
salty.
Yeah, it can be a bit
salty.
salty.
I love it.
I remember one year we had like both of my nans were there. My mum's brothers were there. Like we were all there. I think my cousins were there. So my mum didn't just make lamb; she made roast lamb and roast beef. Oh my god, it was incredible! It was so good. I was just like, oh.
Would you prefer lamb or beef?
No, I prefer the lamb.
Yeah,
but
same.
I even said to my mum this year, I don't mind if I've got to pay for that.
I'll buy you some
I'll
beef.
buy it. Let's just go all out. And she was like, all right, fine.
But
yeah.
Who's gonna be at your house for Christmas this year?
Usually just like me and just like my family and my nan, pretty much. Yeah.
Yep.
Basically us.
You go out Christmas Day usually as well?
What did I do last year for Christmas Eve?
I feel like you go for drinks.
Or Christmas Day?
Yeah.
No, I never go out Christmas Day.
You've invited me before to someone's house.
I've been out. Oh yeah, we used to all go to Lewis's.
Okay.
But now because he lives so far, we don't do that anymore.
Fair.
Yeah, so.
Where's he for church?
Yeah, he lives in like East London. So when we used to always go to Lewis's for like from Boxing Day, like Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Sometimes even longer, and just spend like the weekend there. It was so fun.
What was his parents were there?
Yeah, because his mum and his stepdad would spend it with her parents, I think, but they only live down the road.
Right.
So yeah, it was great. It was so fun. And yeah, what did I do? Oh, so last year I went out with my friend's family. We went out to this pub on Christmas Eve, and that was good fun. And then yeah, Christmas Day last year, just spent it at my family, then went back to his family later that day. And yeah, the year before that, I can't even really remember what I've done for like Christmas and New Year's. I can't really remember.
Yeah, I never usually go out on Christmas Eve either.
Do you know usually do anything for New Year's Eve?
New Year's Eve, yeah. Oh yeah, always on for New Year's Eve.
I feel like the last couple of years I can't remember. Doesn't ring a bell at all.
I'd actually quite like to have a quiet one though, 1 year.
What did you do this last New Year's Eve?
Oh, we was at our friend's house, Max and Becky. You met Max, he joined on your birthday actually, because JP was there.
Oh, yeah.
We went around to his house with his and his girlfriend's house.
Nice.
Just party. Basically just party.
What did I do on New Year's?
It's like a house party, but it's nice though, because when your friends start buying houses, the kind of house party scene revives a bit.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
a little bit, yeah.
So that was
a great place
nice.
to meet women, I think.
Yeah.
It is. What did I do? Oh, so I went to my friend's house. He had like, him and his girlfriend hosted like, it wasn't loads of us. It was like, her friends had come up, she's from like Southampton. Yeah. And yeah, had like a games night essentially with drinks, which was fun.
Yeah, nice.
And the year before, I think I stayed in. I think I stayed in. I stayed in one of the last few years, I believe, but I can't really remember.
Yeah. I'm gonna be in India for it this year, Christmas and New Year.
Are they ahead of us? I'm guessing.
Oh, I don't know. Good question.
I guess they must be.
Good question.
Well, where are they? East. Like they're east of us.
Yeah, they're east of us. Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, they would actually. They'd be hours ahead. They'd probably be like 7 hours ahead, I guess.
Yeah, I'm expecting.
I mean, I think India's got a lot of different time zones,
yeah,
but I think
so.
they'd probably be minimum 5-6 hours ahead of us.
Okay.
So you guys will be having like New Year's way before us.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it's like in Australia, like Sydney is 9 hours ahead of London, so it's like.
Yeah, that's not a lot though, is it?
That is quite a lot.
But obviously, when the clocks go back in October, it'll be 10 hours.
No, because their clocks go back as well.
Do they?
Yeah, everyone's clocks change as well.
No, they don't.
I think they do.
No, it's not like a universal thing.
Are you sure?
Because I'm pretty sure it was specifically done in this country, something to do with like farming or kids.
Oh,
Kids being like.
I thought everyone's time changed.
I don't think so. I might be wrong.
Because I think it would be, because otherwise some countries would be hours and hours and hours before.
No, I'm pretty sure Australia's don't, because I remember.
I know Australia's like Sydney is always. I always check time zones.
Yeah.
They're always 9 hours. Like Sydney's 9 hours ahead of London. I think it might. You could be right. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure theirs change, because theirs will change as well.
Because I heard they changed that rule to make it safer when kids are walking home from school by themselves.
Oh, there's no way they would do it for that. I think it would be the clocks change is something to do with like calendars and like the daylight savings and things like that. Like Greenwich Mean Time or British Summer Time, I think. We can look it up after. But yeah, I don't know about that one. But I know, yeah, they're like 9 hours ahead. But it's mad if you look at the time difference between, say, I don't know, Australia and say Sydney and I don't know, New York. It's like 16 hours or something ridiculous.
Yeah, weird.
I know. Yeah, because they're like 6-7 hours behind us.
Yeah.
But we're like 9 hours behind the Aussies.
Yeah,
so it's like 15-16 hour gap,
yeah,
which is
crazy.
nice. I know. So when they're like celebrating New Year's, it's still only just turned the day, like New Year's Eve that day. So weird one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I can't remember why we were talking about time. Oh no, we were talking about New Year's Eve. We were talking about New Year's Eve. Yeah, I feel like I always like New Year's Eve, but I'm not that bothered about it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it's there's so much pressure.
Yeah.
It's never a good night. It's never as good a night as you think it's gonna be.
Right, 100%.
And I think sometimes it can be a bit emotional New Year's Eve, a little bit.
What do you think now?
Because I feel like you should feel quite reflective. You feel a little bit more like apprehensive about a new year. Like I always think about, and I say like you've lost someone that year, you kind of think about. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not always all. It's not all like.
I get that. It's not. It can be. I get it. Yeah. But then I guess some people might look at it as like, oh, it's a fresh start.
Yeah, true. Very true.
But I'm not like, I don't know. It's just weird to think we're gonna be in 2025.
Like, I would love to do like one year, just like stay in, get a takeaway, share a bottle of wine.
Yeah.
Watch a film.
I done that.
Chill.
I done that end of 2021, which was alright. I believe. Yeah, I just literally stayed in with like a friend and then just.
Yeah,
did
that's
nothing.
out.
Yeah, apparently going out for a meal for New Year's Eve is pretty good, and then just going home.
Yeah, I bet actually.
Or like going out for drinks. And
yeah.
But it's just, you're right. I feel like New Year's Eve, it's kind of like you have to go out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, like New Year's Eve this year is probably on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. And it's like, I would never go out on this day in the freezing cold,
So
in the middle of
true.
winter on a Tuesday or Wednesday. Do you know what I mean?
That's
so
so
it's just a bit
true.
like, yeah, do you know what I mean? I'd love to do New Year's Eve in a different country one day.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Never done that before. I'm guessing you have, haven't you?
No, this will be my first.
You
This
didn't
year
do
will be
Russia?
No, because I came home for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Also because they celebrate Christmas at a different. They celebrate their Christmas in January
Right, okay.
as well. So I'm not about to go home then.
Yeah.
So I came home for it, but no, yeah, this year will be my first.
Right, yeah. So I've been like abroad. I think I went to, like, I was in Jamaica as a kid, and I've done like Trinidad. I remember being, but I didn't. Obviously, when we were kids, it wasn't really. It's not really the same thing. But I'd love to go to like I said, like a Vegas or New York or something abroad.
Yeah.
For like New Year's Eve, that'd be so. Cause they love it in America.
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah.
They're super big on it. Yeah.
I'd like to see New York for Christmas as well. I think because I think
Yeah.
London's magical at Christmas.
Yeah,
And
me
it's
too.
winter,
Yeah.
I love it. So
Yeah.
I think New York's like similar vibes.
Is Christmas like your favourite holiday, do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Christmas, but I'm not that bothered about it, kind of thing.
I prefer the build up more than like today. Like I just love
Right.
like London because from November I just love it. London's like
Yeah.
different vibe.
Yeah. I don't know. I prefer summer. I much prefer summer, to be honest.
For winter.
You prefer winter to come
Yeah.
on.
I like summer abroad, so it's summer in London.
Yeah. Okay, when London or the UK in general, when it's too hot, it's horrible.
Yeah, we're not equipped for it.
Because we don't have like, when you're on holiday, you can just jump in the pool.
Yeah, with no
Where-
aircons. We're all far from the coast. Like our big
Oh,
cities
man.
are not near the Mediterranean.
Yeah, that is true. But I don't know. I prefer it when it's like, to be honest, the way the weather is now, like 20 degrees, you can still wear a jacket.
Yes,
or
that's my ideal.
between like 17 and 21, perfect.
Yeah.
But when you're like when it's like 24, 25, 28, it's too hot. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh my god, you're dying. Like you really are
Yeah.
dying. I don't mind autumn, like just before winter. When
Spring,
it's,
not spring.
Spring's nice. Yeah, it's just you can wear a t-shirt or a jacket.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think the perfect weather is like you can wear a jacket and it's
Yeah.
just like you're not dying.
It's blue skies and it's fresh, but you can still wear a jacket. That's
Yeah,
ideal.
and at night it's a bit windy and that's fine. Do you know, a nice breeze. Do you know what I mean?
Random question: do you like sleeping with your window? Like, do you like being cold?
Yeah.
So do I.
We're
So do I. I have to have fresh air in my room.
Yes. me
Like,
too.
I love being in a cold room, but I'm warm in bed.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a healthy way to sleep.
I agree,
Do you know what I
agree,
mean?
100%. I feel like you're getting some fresh air.
Yeah.
I like to sort of just wear, because I don't know, do you wear pyjamas to bed?
Not really. Sometimes, but not really.
I pretty much just I'll wear shorts like these and a t-shirt or maybe just shorts. And I just like to be nice and wrapped up and cold in my bed. And I like to, if it's really, really cold, I'll have the window open, but maybe have like a hoodie on or something.
Yeah.
And once I get too hot, take it off, something like that. It's really, really nice. I just want to check the battery on it.
Yeah, no worries.
Your battery's really good. It's still going
I
strong.
don't know how. I'm good job I charged actually, because I didn't charge it all day.
And no, yours was 85% when we started.
Oh, fair.
By the way, at the end of the show, when we're done,
Yeah.
because obviously we're recording on all the phones, it will literally take me like 5-10 minutes to put the video from your thing onto my laptop.
No stress.
What are you doing this weekend?
Tomorrow I've got a few admin bits to do. I've got to do some every week. I've got something to return to some kind of shop. So I'm just going I've got 4 return things to come up and then just various shops what to do. And then evening, obviously, me and Harry going around to my nan's. Depending on how she is, we'll either take her out. We might take her to bingo, or if not, we'll get a takeaway and just watch Strictly with her.
Strictly.
And Sunday.
Oh, you should watch Boxing on Anti-Joshua.
Yeah, Saturday night.
Yeah, Wembley.
What time?
Well, the coverage starts at 4, but his fight will probably be between
Who
8:30.
you find?
Daniel Dubois, he's a champion from the UK as well. He's from like London.
Okay.
It'll be a very good fight. They were doing like a big build up in Trafalgar Square today.
Okay.
But yeah, the fight will probably start, I'm guessing, between 8:30 and 10 o'clock. It'll be done by 11 latest.
I might have one in the background.
Yeah.
I feel like my number not on it.
Yeah, but you gotta pay for it though. I tell you.
Oh, I'm not paying for it.
You can get a stream on your laptop. I can send you a stream if you want.
How could on his phone?
Well, yeah, if you guys have a laptop, you can if you have like a wire to plug into your TV, I can send you a stream if you want.
Okay.
But I'm guessing Harry's quite good with stuff like that anyway.
Probably.
He probably is. If not, I can send you a
I
stream.
think you watched them on Twitter. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll send you a stream.
Oh, wait.
So it's like a website called like VIP Works or something.
Okay.
But yeah, Anthony Joshua's fighting, so I think I'm gonna watch that.
Random question: do you still use it Twitter?
Yeah, it's my
Do
favourite.
you? Do you still like? Do you write a lot on it?
Not as much as I used to,
No.
but I still use
I
it.
haven't used it in like years. I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't use like
Sometimes
huge on Twitter.
sometimes randomly I'll look at your Twitter. Like, is your name Busy Laurie?
Probably.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, and I It's not like me and Ben will send each other your tweets to each
Oh,
other.
my God.
But yes, no, I still use Twitter. It's changed a lot though since Elon bought it.
In what way?
So he's done a lot of good and a lot of bad, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So he's like, it's good that he's bought more sort of freedom of speech, and you can get your old, like I got my old original account back, unsuspended from like when I was a kid. Managed to get that back. Because I was just saying like dumb, horrible stuff to people that I shouldn't have been saying when I was like a kid, like not like when you're an idiot kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Got that back. I just emailed them. They were like, they reinstated it. I was trying for years to get it back. They was like, okay, here you go.
Interesting.
And then what I don't like is, even though I agree with freedom of speech, you should be able to allowed to say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
He's like sort of propping up these sort of far right, like sort of basically like racist and stuff accounts. You see, or like you'll see it on your timeline,
right.
And it's just like, I'm not saying people should be censored, but it's like they're almost trying to promote it to you for whatever random reason.
Yeah.
I can understand if that's stuff you're looking for, but I don't care about politics or whatever. I don't want to see that on my timeline. I want to see things curated to me and things that I like. Yeah. So the algorithm on my Instagram, if you look at your explore page, I don't know what yours looks like, but my explore page is stuff that I look at all the time.
Yes,
so it'll be like UFC or Dua Lipa or football, sports, whatever. Yeah. Whereas I get a lot, 80% of my For You page is perfect, but then it's 20% of stuff I just do not care about, like politics or whatever else. Do you know what I mean? Mm. So, apart from that, it's good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I don't know.
I was thinking about getting it back, but I don't know.
Well, you still got the same. You still got the account. You can log back in.
I couldn't take the password. I can't use that email anymore. Get that email address.
I think you've got, if your phone number is attached to it, you should be right.
What your phone number?
Oh shit. Oh, pardon me, I didn't have to swear. First time I've ever sworn on this show because of you. Apologies.
I think I'd probably want a fresh start, I think, if I was to do it. Because that account since I was like, what, 15, 16?
Yeah.
It's like 11 years old.
Yeah, it's cute, it's true. I've had my account, I've been on Twitter since 2012, but the account that I've had since 2013.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
But I don't like the idea of like, because obviously I'm not on it anymore, but all my stuff from years ago is still on there. It's really weird knowing you have like a presence online.
But I mean, there's nothing bad on there, do you know what I mean?
No, I know, but you still don't know. There could be, you just don't know.
Yeah, I suppose so. Maybe try one more time to get into that account.
Yeah.
And then see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I miss? It's so random, but I really miss when, you know, on Instagram, if you unsend a message to someone, they get a notification. Yeah. Fair. I used to always do that to people. They'd be like, "Did you unsend a message?" And I'm like,
also, you poked me on Facebook the other day.
Yeah, I was just on a poking. I was on like a poking spree the other day. Someone poked me, and I was like, oh. And I had like all these. I was like, poke.
Right, so I thought the same thing. So I started poking as well as people, and no one's paid back.
Oh my God.
I just look really weird.
No, but I did it to people I know, not just random. You know what I mean?
I didn't poke random people, but none of my friends have poked.
I got like loads of pokes, and I was just like, poke. That's so funny. But yeah, I used to love doing that. Sometimes when I'd be bored, I would. This is like years ago. You know, like if you say, you know, like if you forget your password on Instagram, you type in your thing, and they'll send you like a resend code or whatever. Sometimes I do it to other people when I'm bored.
What do you mean?
And they'll just say, okay, like, say to annoy people, what I would do. No, I don't do it anymore.
Well, you use their email address.
No, so you just say, go onto Instagram and say, I forgot my password, and I might type in, I don't know, your username, and then you'll get an email or a text, and it'll be like, oh, if this was you, type in this code and we can reset your password, and then they'll get loads of texts or emails. Well, I don't do it anymore, like when I was younger, but yeah, it was fun. I used to love doing that. And then some people would message me like, are you resetting my password? No. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Obviously I'm doing that now, but yeah. Maybe I should bring it back.
I'll do that one.
Yeah. I guess they wouldn't know. I guess it's not as fun if they don't know it's you. So if you're
that's the thing, because you've definitely never done that to me, and I would never clear that was. No, I would.
Okay,
we're gonna wake up with a message.
Well, I'm not gonna do it now. Do you know what? I usually always ask this to someone when I have them on as a guest. Have you ever done anything like this before? Like a radio show or podcast?
I'm not. I did one thing at uni. At Manchester, I did a little bit for their radio station, like a bit like this.
Okay.
But I think I did like once or twice. It wasn't a thing. But so, not really.
Okay. Yeah. I want to be on a guest on someone else's. See what it's like.
Fair.
I mean, because I'm not really interviewing. We're just chatting. But it would be kind of cool to like someone has you on as a guest.
Yeah.
But I'm a nobody, so it's just
like.
There's
not someone else here who's gone on the show.
I didn't really think about that. I could ask.
Yeah.
I could ask. But it's just Now, because my usual slot is Friday 8 to 10. But now that I'm back at work, I won't be able to probably do that every week.
Yeah.
So I've basically said to them, if there's ever a free thing throughout the week, depending on what day I'm working, because my thing is not going to be, it's going to be random. Once the show starts, one day I could be working a Friday night, and then my day off in the week could be Wednesday, and then Monday. Do you know what I mean? So hopefully we'll just have to land on that day kind of thing. So we'll see. See what happens. But I've realised now that I've set everything up, I've realised I can just do this at someone's house as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So I kind of want to start doing more of these in general, just at my house or something like your house, whatever. Say if I want to speak to you, and I need to sort of look into how do I get this onto Spotify or Apple Music or whatever. I need to look into that as well.
What do you mean on Spotify?
So people can just listen to it, not necessarily
like a
live.
podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that's essentially that's what it is.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. And I need to look into that. But I've sort of, from doing all of this since like March, I've sort of taught myself how to edit film.
Yeah.
It's quite straightforward to be honest. But I watched like loads of videos.
Yeah.
But I was just like, I had such a palaver with all of this when I first started doing it because I didn't realise that. So you got like a MacBook, haven't you?
Not anymore, but I've used one before.
Yeah, so I didn't realise that all MacBooks have iMovie, which is free to edit film. I didn't realise that, so work that out. And then the first time I'd done like a 2-hour show, I was like, oh great, now I know how to edit. I was teaching myself how to edit as I was doing it, as I was going along. Nice. I was like, this is great. I know how to edit, now I've got to export it and I can put it onto YouTube or cut everything up or whatever. And my laptop was so old and had no space. And it was just so old and slow. Yeah. It would take 24 hours to export, and I was like, well, I can't do that. And one time I actually let it wait. I still had about 8 hours left. I was like, okay, no. So then, anyway, my dad gave me a laptop like last year that he stopped using, and I was like, let me try this one. This one's way newer than mine. It's like 2016, and I wiped the laptop so that there was nothing on there. Yeah. Anyway, I wiped it. But in doing so, wiping it is not like wiping an iPhone if I gave it to you. Yeah. It can basically mean you have to reboot the whole thing again. I was like, oh, you're joking. So I take it to the Apple store, which took like a week. They fixed it for me. They was like, okay, now all you got to do is log in. I was like, great. Now I can start editing this podcast I've done. Anyway, because that one was so old and there's like no space on it, it took 17 hours to export. I was like, oh my God. So then I had to buy this new one. And I had to buy the... see that orange thing there? It's like the memory. It's like the,
external.
Yeah. And that all cost me like $2,000. Do you know what I mean?
That's a lot, yeah.
I know.
So I would buy a Mac, but it might be so expensive.
Yeah.
But I was looking at getting one of. Have you heard of Back Market?
No, I haven't.
So it's basically it's digital reselling stuff. So I actually got my phone from there. Like me and Harry both got new phones from there before we were travelling. Okay. And it's basically like Twickets.
Yeah.
It's like a legit resale platform. That's what it is. But it's really
What's that called, sorry?
Back Market.
Back Market.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they sell Macs on there. So I'm kind of like, do you know what, my phone's really good. They're just refurbished goods, but like, but you can select if you want to buy like good, excellent, or satisfactory. Yeah, they're all used, but you can select the level. Like, it might have been someone's used it for literally a week, or it could be a year.
Yeah, that's very cool.
So you can pay a little bit more, and then some of the colours are cheaper. So like you can really like. I think there was the Macs on there for like 600, which I'm like, it's still expensive, but it's not.
It's still pretty good.
Gonna break the bank long term, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of how I got this laptop, because this, when I was working on Soccer Aid, I asked the IT team, what laptop should I buy? I just want to buy one that can basically export. So now, compared to like the 17 hours, it literally exports in about half an hour, or 20 minutes. And they sent me these laptops that I should look at, but they were like, anyway, I was a bit worried because I wanted to test it, see because if it didn't work, I would have to get another one. Yeah. And they were like, there's this, Apple also have that kind of as well, where they have their used stuff as well, but it's still perfect kind of thing, but they'll knock off some money. Yeah. So I managed to find that one, it went up, and then I bought it. I probably got it for like £200 cheaper. Yeah, fair. And I was like, oh great. So Apple do that as well, so it's worth looking at that as well. But that what's it called? Back Market. Back Market. Yeah. Okay, I need to have a look at that.
It's really good.
Okay.
It's really like reviewed and tried and tested.
That's cool.
My phone came from. I think I did get the perfect condition one. It was literally perfect. But
yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah.
We've only got like a minute left, but this was actually went really quick. We should do this again because it's
just tell me whenever.
And you know, if you find anyone interesting that I could speak to, like even if I haven't met them before, I don't know, let me know.
I feel like Emma would be good in the show.
Who?
Emma.
Do you know what's funny? I had at your birthday, your thing before she left.
Leaving drinks, yeah.
Leaving drinks. She was telling me, not that she would do it, but she was like, she was like saying she knows people that does stuff like this, and she was like, yeah, you should speak to them, and she was sending me all this stuff afterwards, and I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, just in general, like if you know someone that does something like a skill, or they have like their own, whatever they might do,
a niche of some sort.
Yeah, something like that, so I can speak, ask some questions about it.
Okay.
But yeah, we're basically done here. I'm gonna just kind of annoying. I have to like, I've been kind of looking at the clock for like when we've been talking about certain topics, so I can sort of remember and pinpoint where maybe I can make like a reel or like a
you need to have like a little notepad down or something.
No, I don't want it to be too planned, do you know what I mean? But like sometimes
What do you mean, what key parts where you're like, I want to go back to this and like edit? Or,
yeah, so I can like cut it up together and make like a reel or like a TikTok, so I can put it on there and stuff. But anyway, we're done. This has been the Off the Cuff show with Masai Lincoln and my good friend Lizzy. Yeah, we'll do it again.
Yeah, fabulous.
I like everyone. Actually, I'll definitely have you on before you go.
Yeah, cool.
Traveling. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for listening. Bye. Thank you. Oh, we actually finished. Bang on. Sort of thing. Okay, cool. Is it alright if I just get these videos off your phone?